Boom shakalaka. That's the stream. That's the sound it makes.
Is that it? Is that it?
From way downtown, he's on fire. You ever play NBA Jam back in the day?
Oh yeah. Or like the monster truck announcers. I don't know if you've ever heard the ads for like the Tacoma Dome. Like they are that to a T.
Okay. You're a little quiet tonight.
Oh, am I? Let's see here. Hold on.
Little.
It's always a crapshoot. My mic. Let's see.
Yeah. All right. So for the VOD watchers. Best World of Warcraft expansion. Go. What is it?
Oh, I mean, my favorite one's Wrath.
Yep. Okay.
Without a doubt.
Cool. Mine's vanilla. Vanilla.
What's
the
close second?
Expansion 0, baby.
That's like your nostalgia center, though, right?
No, I just think it's the best game of all the expansions. Like, but specifically before the PvP patch, before the honor system. That
legit,
game,
you think it was the best game?
Absolutely. In fact, I think it's not only the best WoW. I think it might be the best RPG ever made.
Oh, those are fighting words right there.
I'm here to fight,
that aside, the best. I'm battling with this one. You did never play Legion, so that is just lack of info.
Yeah.
But with that said, well, did I like Wrath or Legion better? That's a tough question.
Yeah, Legion was adored. It was the first like borrowed power expansion, right?
Where they went real hard in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, somewhat hard. They went somewhat hard, and then when BFA rolled around, they just went like full bore, no hold back.
Oh, you're going a little sparkly on me.
Oh, sparkly? Like high, low?
No, like I don't know. There was
Crackly?
fairy dust in your sound somehow.
It could have been my voice, like legit.
I don't know how to describe it. It was sort of crackly, but it was a little more. It's like musically crackling.
Voice probably cracked.
I don't think that was it.
Not that?
Unless
okay.
Unless you're a robot.
I mean, your comments.
Okay.
But yeah, Legion had the legendary weapons.
Yeah. I mean, so for me,
cool.
like when I say vanilla, I'm comparing it to Shadowlands, Burning Crusade, and like Wrath up through Naxxramas. So it's admittedly a small comparison.
Small, yeah.
And also vanilla post honor system.
So, yeah, like, that's a good point.
All like the Blackwing Lair content, Nax, Encourage, even though I love a lot of that shit, I just don't think any of it compares to the simple experience of leveling up to 60 in the vanilla world without fucked up PvP incentives.
Yeah. I mean, I do think the raids, TBC on, are almost objectively better.
I think so too, but I think the raids... I like a World of Warcraft where the raids are not the most important content.
You know? Yeah. I mean, you're in the 1% in that thinking, but I know what you mean.
Yes, that is my preference. Anyway, we were talking about. You were starting to say before the stream came on. Yeah, so I've gotten some response on my my lovely little video. Some Reddit stuff. I've got some lovely comments on the video itself, which I'm so thankful for. And I'll probably react to those in some detail once it's had a little more time to collect. But the Reddit thread is always fun. So I'm relieved, though, that it's not sitting at 0. That's the great surprise to me.
Yeah, it is not sitting at 0.
Which is very much what I expected. Hang on, let me have a look.
You need to screenshot this. Hold on. This is screenshot worthy.
Okay.
I'm just gonna screenshot the top, and I want you to tell me if it sticks out to you.
Discording
Put
this
it
to me?
in.
Is that
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in producer channel.
Okay. What am I focusing on?
There's something here that I thought was noteworthy, and it's not in your content. I'll put it that way.
69% upvoted.
69% upvoted.
69, baby. And you know what else? The podcast I'm working on that it's going to be publishing this week is number 69. Not even joking. That's right. It's a premonition, boys.
But yeah, not having 0 is a good sign. Yeah,
It's a surprise because
any exposure is good exposure, right? Usually.
Yeah, and that's the spirit in which I offered this lovely thread. And I assume when I came in here, it would be like last time where I got 30 plus people dumping on me and downvoting me to oblivion, but clicking my video anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But no, this has been much more positive. So I basically just paraphrased the video, Vanishing MMO Middle Class, right?
Yeah.
Just sort of the high level vibes of it.
4 paragraphs at most, maybe 2 paragraphs if we're really being like...
I thought it was a piece of artful writing. I thought it was concise, but also evocative.
No. Totally was.
Okay.
But it's like the taster, right, to the main course.
Yeah, and it's
like
kind
the
of,
little...
It's kind of a douchey move, though, because this subreddit is a bunch of dudes pissed off about MMOs and talking about it. And I give this provocative title. It is tagged with videos. People should know what they're getting into. But then you get in here and it's like, in a world. You get the movie trailer version of it. And then I'm like, if you want to hear more, watch the video. You know, it's...
Well, I mean...
Someone had a pretty sour reaction to it.
Yeah, I mean... I'm
it's pretty funny.
That idea. Yeah, he did have there are a couple... One guy in particular had a very sour reaction to it. He, like, goes into in-depth, hyper-analyzing 2 of your sentences.
Which one? Was it Greater Divinity?
Yeah, Greater Divinity. He hyper-analyzes, like, 2 or 3 sentences that you typed out.
Sure.
And it's like... you have it tagged as a video.
Yeah.
And just interesting. It just shows the level of content that most Redditors want to consume. And it's not that. It's not that.
I mean, so this is one of the things I'm the most I most wish I could do away with text-based conversation in online venues is where people quote passages from something you've written and respond to it piecemeal. That's the thing I most wish could be abolished, because what you end up having is someone who isn't responding to the idea that you are imperfectly channeling, right? What they're doing is they're responding to your delivery. And it ends up being a critique of semantics and performance.
But that's Reddit in a nutshell.
Yeah, I mean, it's inherently performative, but I mean, I perform too, so I gotta kind of play a ball. I'm actually read what this guy said, because I honestly just skimmed it. I saw the guy wrote some thoughtful stuff, and I just threw it an upvote because I figured it was constructive. Let's see. I wrote, one of the strangest casualties to me as an admitted old head is how socializing in many MMOs has become a completely optional part of the experience. Since technology has solved a lot of the old social networking problems, social networks don't exist, except at the high end where they're absolutely needed. And he responded, arguably these tools were created to solve problems that always existed in the more social required days of MMOs. They didn't cause the problem, they arguably improved the game overall for many by affording that option. I agree so far. The counterpoint to this would be why games haven't made organic grouping more easy, ? Guild Wars 2 is a good example where you can often find benefits via organic grouping without even needing to join each other's party or do anything. The reduction in friction results in more social opportunities for small-scale content. He
Disagree with that.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
kind of contradicts himself, right?
Well, I mean, he's
He's trying to argue that meta events in Guild Wars 2 are social experiences.
Right. And he's saying that the seeing others and being seen by others is checks the social box.
Yes.
And I think that that's probably true for some people, but for me, you and me, we know the insanely extroverted, highly disagreeable duo. We have a higher bar for that. What did I actually write here?
But
the kind of
point,
voluntary communication over mundane gameplay. That's what I boiled it down to. Voluntary communication over mundane gameplay. So he missed that part of it, but I understand the point he's making. It's just sort of like a low-hanging fruit. Like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, to something you said, though, is those people that want to be seen by others, is that even a form of socialness?
I think so.
You think so?
I think it's absolutely. So, I can just give you a mundane example. Every single day, I go walk around the neighborhood. That's good for my health and gets me sunburn, which I love. And there are people in my neighborhood who know me without ever having spoken to me because they just see me out their window walking around the neighborhood. And so occasionally, when they're out there, they'll say, "Hey, how's it going? You're looking great today." I'm like, I don't know who you are, but I love the energy you're throwing at me, and I'll take it. But they do sort of know me, and I am being seen by that person. So I think that there is a social payoff in that.
Is that like a type of weird companionship? Not weird. Is that just a type of companionship?
Shit. What's the word for the streamer relationships? I can't think of what it's called. I want to say ludonarrative. That's not what it is. Paracausal relation. What is it?
It's not paracausal.
That's Destiny. Paracausal
where people feel
relationships.
closer to the streamer than what the streamer may actually be.
Kai, what are we discussing? We're discussing the MMORPG Reddit thread that I posted for my video and the responses. Here, I'll drop a link in the chat.
Maybe you're right though, because I view a companion component to socialness, right? It's a yearn for companionship, I guess, in some form.
Yeah, and it's like
of one another, and I guess that doesn't necessarily have to be spoken. I suppose. I mean, it certainly doesn't have to be spoken, but does it have to be? Can it be distant and observant at best?
Yeah,
or
I
at
mean,
worst, and maybe, probably, I guess.
I think that it's like a matter of degrees, right? You want to be seen, like someone seeing you out in the street is one thing. Someone stopping and saying hello to you is another thing, and actually having a deep conversation is an entirely other thing altogether. So it's just like, it's a different magnitude of the same vector, I think.
Yeah, I mean...
So to answer your question, Kai...
Yeah, go ahead.
And then give me your counterpoint. 18 upvotes in 5 hours. I'm very, very pleased with that result. Very pleased. I was expecting to be trading downvotes into oblivion in exchange for views, but I've gotten views and just only some downvotes for sure, but not unanimously so. So what was your counterpoint, man?
So I get the example that you did of like walking past people daily, right? Seeing them, making eye contact, be it a nod, a wave, a smile, whatever, right? Or just general noticing and passing. So I get that example. Pivot then to a game like this, right?
Like WoW Classic. Mm-hmm.
Like WoW Classic. I'm running through Shattrath City right now. There's people at the bank. There's people running around me.
You see them, they see you.
I suppose they see me, but do they? Like, are people really...
Do you mean like...
like when you're walking past people, it's not like it maybe using your analogy and your example, imagine you are walking through a crowd in a mall or at a concert or something, or at some sort of venue where there's just a bunch of people. Those people don't pay any attention to those around them. right? But they're in a group setting. But that's not us. That's
Do you
if
do you
you're
know any
Mhm.
introverts, Will?
Hey, Carly.
Yeah, okay. So for Carly, is there okay, so like the thing about extroverted people that we don't understand is that there is a huge difference between being visible to someone and being invisible to someone. Like a huge
Hmm.
difference. It's the reason why people wear flipped up hoodies in hot weather. It's the reason why um celebrities disguise themselves in public. It's the reason why sometimes I'll let a bag of trash sit in the trash bag rather than haul over my shoulder and bring it outside because I just don't want people to see me.
Hmm.
And yeah, it is sort of like there is an implied social component to being in the same space as another person. Um, but and it's not false to say that. It's just not as much as if you actually spoke with someone.
Or engaged. Sure.
Okay. Are we agreed on that? I feel like we're not somehow.
No, I think we're agreed on that. I guess
Okay.
to using that term invisible though, like the difference with the distinction between visible or being invisible to somebody else.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, I guess in the literal sense in this game, you're visible to other players walking around you. But do most people cognitively notice,
What
or
is
are
the
they just
what is the non-literal sense of visibility? Help me flesh that out. Also, Kang, I saw
the
your comment. I'm gonna read it in just a second.
the non-literal sense would be I'm standing next to this person in Stormwind City, but while literally that person could look at their screen and see me there, in
They
reality,
don't know you.
they,
They
they
don't
don't know
know
me. They
you.
don't, nor do they even notice the character. Probably, right? It's just there.
Just some random asshat.
Yeah, and to be honest, I doubt that even level of thought even goes into that notice. Like, there's probably no thought there, right? It's probably not even a glance, and I
How
would say
about
that's probably a majority of that experience.
so okay, so if conversation is one level of socializing and being visible on the screen is another level of socializing, say you're putting those two on a spectrum, right? A one-dimensional
Mhm.
access. Let's put being in Shattrath City as -1 on that line. And
Yeah.
let's say having a one-on-one conversation like what you and I are doing as a 1 on that continuum. So -1 to 1. Where would you put
Okay.
ganking someone in that spectrum?
On the positive side of 0.
Okay, so it's closer. It is more close to conversation than it is closer to not conversation. That's a
I would
strange
say so.
distinction. It's clear in my head, but the words aren't coming out right.
I get what you're saying. Interaction begets being on the positive side of my mind.
Yeah, yeah. That's kind of it's just like it's just an amount of it. So yeah, I think going back to the original prompt that this guy
Yeah,
is,
this
is,
guy's
is
comment.
making a fair point about Guild Wars too. He's just not taking it as far as I do, and that
Yeah.
probably is because his extroversion is lower than mine and yours, which are nearly identical if you remember, and quite
Or
high.
his premise that Guild Wars 2 meta events are a social experience.
I think the way he described it is actually fair. Like you do organically bump into a lot of people in Guild Wars 2. Something the game is very good at doing. It's very good at that. Does it ever get further than that? That's sort of the question. But if that's the experience you want to have, then that's like an itch scratch there compared to like World of
Yeah, I
Warcraft.
suppose. I
Like-
mean, you
like-
could go real deep and psychoanalyze that, I suppose, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to psychoanalyze this guy. I'm just saying, like, compare this to another MMO, like WoW Retail. You bump into someone in the open world. Like, how often does that ever happen? It's like a fucking mistake. You bump into
Yeah.
someone in the open world, or it's like a world boss, and it's just a hilarious Zerg. Guild Wars 2 has a lot of middle points between those two extremes. Anyway, I'm gonna pause this conversation now because I'm neglecting chat, and that makes me a bad streamer. Kai, I passed my Reddit homework. Kang says, been really enjoying my videos for a bit now, particularly when I talk about game design. Have I watched Kevin Jordan's videos? He was the original WoW class designer and makes videos. I have consumed Kevin Jordan's content.
Like,
I find
followed it.
him so fascinating. I'm certain I've referenced him in one of my past podcasts at one time or another. Yes, in fact,
You've referenced him multiple times.
I've invited him to appear on my podcast, but he hasn't paid me the compliment of a response yet. So I'm highly aware of Kevin Jordan. He's super interesting because he does a great job of sort of adapting. Like I gotta put myself into this headspace for a second. Hang on. He is an old school game dev. And my impression is that he kind of moved on from that world before it transformed into the world that it is today. And so he jumps into these game dev conversations and has these old school perspectives that he's trying to project on modern games. It's just very interesting. I like Kevin's stuff. I especially like the way he talks about meta slaves.
Oh, I did watch that one.
Meta slaves. And Truck Stop Donkey Hole. That's a good one too. Such a man, Kevin Jordan. Kevin was still streaming a bunch before Classic launch. I had him so many questions, he answered them all. That's awesome, dude. Kevin seems like a really cool dude. I really like him. I would love to talk to him someday. Anyway, I'm glad you've been enjoying the content, man. There's going to be a lot more to come, so stay tuned. Jace, being introverted is being cozy with hot cocoa on the couch watching The Patriot. You see? That's what it is, Will. It's not walking around the neighborhood being seen by people from their windows. That's not being introverted. That is more extroverted than what Jace just described.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, my wife is sitting in the corner of her couch right now with her Kindle, and will be like that for the next 2.5 hours.
Does she ever ask you to just spend time with her in the same room while you two are doing different things?
We put together a reading room solely for that purpose.
Is that her idea or yours?
Collective idea.
Oh, I see.
We're on a pretty good wavelength when it comes to that sort of.
That is an introvert's way
stuff.
of extroverting. Just sharing a space with someone they trust.
She hides it really well, though. She's very outgoing when she's around people.
A lot of introverts do. A lot of introverts do. Like it's because socializing is not just an inclination; it's also a skill, which you can develop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rogue Wolf, you're feeling neglected?
Sure.
Why are you feeling neglected, Rogue Wolf? Meta Slaves would be a great name for a rock band. Tell me why I had to be a meta slave. That's like an Iron Maiden concept album.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right there. Did you? I heard you invite me. Hold on, I'm gonna minimize
I
this.
did twice. That's okay.
Accept your invite, but I gotta go back to the Reddit thread because that thread is still dangling.
Let's look at the other comments.
No. We didn't finish reading this guy's comment.
This guy. That's right. We didn't. I forgot we didn't finish this guy.
Man. So
yeah.
He also responded to what I said about, I miss the low-tech experience of bumbling along the road, stumbling into a foe I can't defeat on my own, and then being forced to socialize with players nearby to deal with it. His response, what games don't you find that in? Question mark. Sure, most main quest steps and mobs are very soloable, but there are plenty of MMOs with harder mini-bosses, etc. that absolutely help if you've got a friend or two. And all these MMOs feature chat systems allowing you to put a message to request help. Again, I'm going back to Guild Wars 2. I hop around MMOs a lot, and I'm currently here for a while. It's a great game. Good choice. And even when I'm in many maps, I frequently see folks putting up an apple or calling out for help with a harder mob or event in map chat. Folks who just show up eventually. Oh, that's such a great example. I'm glad he raised that. So I'm actually going to respond to that before I move on because he kind of pivots after that. But Guild Wars 2 has this great system where there is a need for players who are in a map. Say you're in Timberline Falls, right? One of the alpine zones in the game. There is a need to help players find where the interesting things are going on the map. Maybe there's some kind of cool event. Maybe there's like a neat like secret thing that's happening, or maybe it's something being organized. The way you signal this is brilliant. Players can voluntarily put on a tag that becomes visible on the main map, and anyone can go to them and go find them in the world. You can join their squad if their squad is set to public. Actually, I guess if their squad's set to public, that's the trigger for them seeing your tag, because you can do a private squad where the tag doesn't appear. Anyway, and also when they did the free-to-play push before... Shit, was it before Heart of Thorns or was it before Path of Fire? I can't remember. I think it was before Path of Fire. They added the mentor tag that anyone can get. You don't have to pay for it. You can just do a small amount of grinding for it in the mastery system, because the commander tag is for a new player is kind of expensive. But that system creates a non-verbal socializing, a way to find people without having to communicate, which is something that games like Guild Wars 2 are highly interested in doing. And it works. It does put you in the same area as people. And that is more social than being in different areas from people. But it is also tremendously less social than having to communicate with others via text in order to orchestrate that convergence.
Yeah.
So if you couldn't in Guild Wars 2 tag up like that, let's say you couldn't tag up, then that would mean people would have to communicate in map chat about things that are going on, right? Yep. And whisper each other and requesting invites. And yes, that system is clunky and it's slow and it excludes people, but if you take that on, and if you're required to do that, you do end up talking to people along the way. And there's an opportunity to say hello, where in a game that systematizes a response to that need, you don't have to do.
It's like a looking for group tool.
Yes. It is an open world LFG, and it works really well.
I mean, that's not surprising, though. LFG tools do work really well at what they do, what they're trying to do, right?
Yeah. Kang asked me a question. If I consumed a lot of his content, that I listened to all of his Theorycraft podcasts. Theorycraft, that's Chris Kalecki? That's his podcast, right? I'm not sure if I caught all of them. I know I caught at least a handful. And yeah, I found their conversations really cool to listen to. I feel like at some point their podcasts like stopped being easy for me to find. The ones I was able to find were the ones that Kevin uploaded to YouTube, but otherwise they were like on these ephemeral iPhone audio apps. What was that audio app called? The one that had with the chat rooms, you jump in and talk to people.
Oh God,
it was a big fad for a little while.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I did not partake, but
yeah. Anyway, Kevin's on it a lot. Yeah, Kevin's cool. I think Kevin would agree with me on this stuff, by the way. Okay, so the rest of this guy's response. More to your post, I'm not sure what defines this middle class. It seems extremely vague and squishy, and the only definition so far seems games that force you to group with others for content occasionally. I don't have it in me to sit through a 20... Oh, this is where your critique comes in.
This is where my critique comes in.
I wonder how long it took him to write this. I'm just morbidly curious. But if you have any more clear definitions for what middle class is, I'd be curious to hear it. So this guy is maybe... He's not saying this as nicely as he could, but he is open. So this is the kind of person I might actually respond to in the Reddit thread. Maybe.
Maybe. But he also only wants to engage at his level. So you have to choose to engage.
If I got sick and couldn't work for a week and couldn't do anything else, maybe I would.
Yeah.
Anyway, because honestly, I don't think that's how MMO communities break out. Hardcore, middle class, casual, and that thinking that way really screws with my frame of thought. You get more value out of approaching it using Bartle's taxonomy of player types, which valid, by the way, versus trying to force a comparison to hardcore casual and injecting the economic middle class term in there. Yeah, so the middle class idea is deliberately provocative, and I allowed it to be somewhat vague on purpose. Because it did two things. It allowed me to create more of like an emotional rumination of content, which is much more concise. and still speaks to the people who agree with me without having to supply an overwhelming burden of proof, which I don't have the time to do. God help me, I wish I did. And I even pause in the middle of the video and I say, this is not like the result of a bunch of research I did. This is just a vibe that I've been cultivating for a couple years. And I want to know if anyone else is feeling it. And if you are, would you let me know? And so far, I've had a few people literally say, yes, I feel this too. So, at least I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
It's literally the second most voted top post here by Saint Nutella. Great name, by the way. I think I fall into this middle class. I enjoy hard content, but I don't grind. I don't really care for scoreboard chasing. Not an achiever. Okay? Barrel taxonomy, not an achiever. Enjoys hard content. Okay. I like exploration and lore, but I spend time hunting down world bosses. I don't really fish or waste time on most NPCs since they're fodder. Elder Scrolls has been good for me in this sense. I can have a fun and challenging experience in the veteran hard mode dungeons. And okay, this is a lot more detail than I need to know. It's still rewarding. Don't feel obligated to get a high score or grind. You can take a step back and enjoy the world for all it has. For him, it's usually just exploring and doing random quests. Conversely, when I was playing Guild Wars 2, it felt too casual. I adored the exploration, but I still wanted a game with challenging instance content. Guild Wars 2 had some decently challenging material, but not enough, and eventually the instance content was very stale. Yeah, I think that's fair. DCUO, DC Universe Online, is that what that is? More of the hardcore category, grinding vertical progression. This is a thoughtful comment. The middle class isn't about a literal class of people. It is about people who feel like their needs are being underserved compared to the needs of their hardcore brothers and their casual sisters. Right? That's the feeling. By the way, the gender of those references is not important. It's arbitrary. Hardcore sisters, casual brothers, whatever. Just trying to paint a human picture. Okay. Cool.
Still interesting, though, some of the responses. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing more of them.
Not all bad.
Yeah, I'm really pleased that it's gotten some upvotes, which means it's going to stick around for a little longer than otherwise it might. Look, it's actually the #2 post on MMORPG. Let's fucking go.
Is it really?
Yeah. Right below, I miss having close friends in MMOs. Me too, dude. Me too, dude.
Some irony in that.
Yep. All right. Is there anything else we need to look at? We need to examine? Any critical news of the day?
Oh, shit, I don't think so.
All right.
Is there? I don't keep that up to date.
Cool. Well, let's do some gaming then.
Let's do some gaming. I agree.
So, is this the day where we're going to try to play without Questy?
Are we? You tell me.
Okay. I kind of need your endorsement because I'm relying on you for the most part to orchestrate our adventure in game.
I am certainly down to give it a shot. I'm trying to think where
Kai,
to
are you
start.
here? If Kai's not here, I'm not going to do it. This is his idea.
Yeah, because I do have to completely change the frame of how I play this game.
Yeah.
If I don't know, because when's the last time I played an MMO and didn't know where quest hubs were? It's been a while.
Wait for Kai to wake up, then we'll think about it.
Doesn't Questy also expose the whole map?
Yes. Or I'm not sure actually. I use Leatrix maps, so that might also do it, or might do it instead. I'm not sure.
Yeah, one of the two.
Okay, is there anything I need to do in Stormwind? Not really. auction stuff I can deal with later.
Yeah.
All right,
I did
I'm
go
heading
to chat.
to Outland.
So we have options. We can go back and do those quests to the south we were doing previously.
Hang on, we have to communicate about these quests in RP terms.
Oh, you mean kill more bird people and take their feathers?
They're called Arakoa.
They are called Arakoa.
Maxentius.
Actually, I don't think that was always their name. Maybe it is. Maybe that was always the faction
So
name.
who the hell is Skettis? Do we know?
It's like the god of the Arakoa.
Okay. Is Skettis like a good god? He seems like a bad god.
I mean,
What? I just made you short circuit.
hold on.
Will's looking this up on the wiki. While you're doing that, I'm gonna quick bio. Be right back. Rogue Wolf, naked, torn, stuck sideways to a lamppost, just Stormwind things. Just Grobulous things.
Grobulous things, yeah, exactly. RP PvP server.
The only way to World of Warcraft.
So I got my daily lore infusion reading
All right,
about
man. Lay it on me.
the Arakoa.
Okay.
So basically, Skettis is the Arakoa city.
Okay. It's a
and
location.
It's a location.
Huh.
And the Skettis exiles that we interact with are exiles of said city because
I
they have
see.
now converted to following the light of the Naru.
Hey, Kang
Which
here
is
is
why
a
they're in
is a
chat.
Grobulous veteran. Been in here since Phase 1 of Classic. We're newcomers. We're just learning how to be here.
Came from Whitemane.
Yes, we did.
A dirty PvP server that is
For
now
exiles.
99% horde.
Yeah, it's a tragedy.
Literally 99% horde. I think there were less than 100 Alliance players compared to like
Yep.
10,000 something
Yeah.
horde players.
So Skettis, the location, the city that a group of Arakoa have been exiled from, and they're the naughty Arakoa, right?
Yeah, the one. No, the Skettis exiles are actually the ones that are friendly to us because they are they live in Shat now instead of Skettis. Is that unless that's what you said?
I just said Skettis exiles bad. That's all I said.
No, they're good
Oh,
to
okay.
us.
Oh, I see.
Yep,
So Skettis
And
is like Mordor for birds.
it's like Mordor. Yeah,
Got it.
for the bird people, they follow some weird god that doesn't really matter. But somebody in stream mentioned something about the Dark Crystal. Literally, the entire Arakoa like race was based off of the Skeksis from the Dark Crystal movie. Like, holy. And that quest we did regarding that dark stone crystal
Yeah.
is a reference to the Dark Crystal, literally, from the Dark Crystal.
They say
So
all
it's like
art is derivative, so...
yeah, highly derivative. Like, they pulled 100% from it. Even the models look somewhat similar to what was in the movie. It's kind of interesting.
That's funny. That's funny.
Totally borrowed lore.
Yeah. Okay. So, why were the good birds exiled? Because they weren't bad enough?
Yeah, they decided to follow the light of the Naru because of light
a
purpose.
competing god. So is there a Skettis god?
Yeah, there's a couple apparently. Rookmar
Ooh.
and Terok.
Terok, we've heard that name drop. Okay, that's familiar
we have heard
to
the
me.
name Terok.
Cool. Kang says, honestly, the server is so large now, I almost never see names I recognize anymore. That is interesting to me. That Blizzard has just let these classic realms grow without limit, and just sharded the shit out of it. I kind of feel like they're pulling a fast one on us with that shit. Maybe it's the lesser evil though. Turok, not to be confused with Turok, the dinosaur hunter. Absolutely.
Yeah, not Turok.
Yeah.
Turok.
Yeah, my homie Turok would not appreciate that comparison.
Did you turn in your quest here?
No.
You have any to turn in here?
Yeah, I see a question mark. Questy is telling me there's a question mark.
You turn in that quest.
Okay. Get ready for some voice acting, boys and girls.
Oh no.
What have we got? Wind Trader Lathrai. Is my memory improving? Yes, indeed. I do believe that's all getting clearer now. And I think that your diligence in this matter deserves more than just the information you seek. Choose my... Oh, man. A back with hit rating on it? That's sexy. That's sexy. Ring's pretty nice, too. Which one do I do? What's it look like? Pretty bland. Go for the back. You know, come to think of it, I do recall selling several boxes of strange and exotic engineering parts to Empor about a month ago. I'm not sure what they'd be used for, but I know they were delivered to Turum. Perhaps one or more of those boxes is still there. I will go check it out. Kang, probably the biggest thing you agree with Kevin about is servers should be having capped at 2,500. Yeah, that is my strong vibe too. And I don't know about everyone else, but I'm willing to deal with server queues to have a community like that. But I also think that in order to make that work, you also have to do something different about server transfers. If people can just transfer from server to server whenever they want, I don't know. I think it's a nuanced problem, but the soul of what Kevin suggests is exactly how I feel. Because you never see the same people more than once if you have too many people in the server and lots of shards. Seeing people, being seen is part of the experience, is part of the social aspect of the MMO. But bringing it full circle to like the first 5 minutes of the stream. Look at us. Like we scripted this.
And would we even need server queues if the servers were capped at 2,500 people? Probably not.
Well, yeah, because I think so. I think that there are more than that many people playing on Globulus right now. I'm sure there are more than that number of people on Groculus right now.
No, there certainly are. But for 20, if the server cap was 2,500 people, would you need a server queue?
Could you say that again to yourself and ask yourself if that's the question you're trying to ask? Because I'm pretty sure I just responded to that.
You made the comment that you'd be okay with server queues to deal with smaller servers.
Yeah.
As a byproduct. And then
yes.
My question to that, and maybe I'm misunderstanding, is that let's, in a hypothetical world where server population caps are 2,500 people.
Yes.
Would server queues still be necessitated in that circumstance?
Yes. Especially during patch days, especially during launches of any content. Like, yes.
And do you mean that from a technical standpoint or to deal with some other problem? Because if we're just talking...
You're challenging the idea that a World of Warcraft world cannot performatively hold 2,500 people on one layer. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Got it. I don't know. Actually, I don't really know. My instinct is yes, because that was the size of that was close to the size of original Vanilla Realms, and if you just let a lot more people in the doors, like I remember being on Archimond, which is one of the biggest servers in Vanilla, original Vanilla. Mm-hmm. And you go into Orgrimmar, you fucking chug, dude. It wasn't pretty. You go to the main cities, whenever one of the factions was doing like a cheeky raid on one of the main cities, the game became unplayable.
Sure. But that was how many years ago?
15,
that was long. That was a while ago.
15 years? I think I don't think that network architecture has come far enough along to deal with those issues in that time.
Maybe not.
And server performance. I think that's the bottleneck. What has become much more powerful is the ability of individual players to render the world. But I don't think that was ever really the performance bottleneck for WoW.
No, I mean, it's a problem that they could spend money to fix. They're just choosing not to because it's easier for them to shard and less costly.
You think so?
Absolutely. Oh my god, yes. I bet you mega server architecture with shards are probably much cheaper to maintain than a bunch of individual smaller servers. 100%. I bet you it's more efficient, too, to run. I bet you there's a lot of technical components that influence sharding. I mean, it's probably wholly technical, right? I have to imagine that's totally just a cost-benefit analysis.
I feel highly distracted by this question. I'm going to choose to put it in the back of my brain and think about it later.
That's fair. That's fair.
Kang, I think big queues will make people leave if you give them a chance. That's true. But if that was the case from the start, mega servers, even without sharding, has so many people that you can essentially disappear into the crowd.
Sure.
Yeah.
I agree.
Jace, I miss seeing the same people you level with and seeing your raids months later in the endgame. That's the thing that I love too. And maybe that's something we just lost. Like maybe it's just gone. Or maybe there's a way to reconverge on that using mega servers, like a sufficiently sophisticated sharding system that could preferentially put you in the same area as players you've already been in the same area with, right? Mm-hmm. So it can kind of fool you into that idea. Like maybe it's just a matter of using more technology on it to the point where you always feel like you're playing with the same people, despite sharing the server with, an invisible 90% you'll never see. Maybe that's worse though. I don't know, man. I just don't know. This shard is my address. I think that my home has a single layer, as far as I know. There might be other people streaming from this desk on other layers, as far as I know. Kang, using AI to tie you to people you've interacted with. Yeah. Like, that seems like the kind of approach that a Blizzard is more likely to attempt. I gotta believe, like, something that you're pointing to, Will, is that there are very good reasons, be they business, technology, or otherwise,
Yeah.
to prefer a mega server architecture with sharding and multiple layers and big servers that just spin off shards whenever there are too many people in one area, to make a
Yeah.
good experience. So there must be very good reasons for it, because I feel like in vanilla there was all this talk about, starting with 3 or 4 layers and getting down to 1 layer, and all that shit has just been sort of swept under the rug. It's like, can we just forget we talked about that, please?
Warm wishes
And I think
to
part
you.
of it is because people don't want to be on an empty server, and that was even a thing back in vanilla. I remember
Well,
when
shit. I mean,
when I left Archimond, it was because they opened up free server transfers to Mugthul. And there was this whole will they, won't they, with all the Horde guilds on my server. All the Horde raiding guilds be like, are we going to transfer? We're not going to transfer. I remember we were sort of waiting for 2 key guilds on the Horde side to see if they would transfer. And they waited until 6 hours before the end of the transfer window, which ended at like 8 in the morning. So I remember everyone in my guild, what we did was we all shared our login information with a handful of the officers, so that if the guilds moved over, we could log into everyone's account and initiate the transfers, and that's what we did. That's what we did, man. Because we
Well-
didn't want to get abandoned on a dead realm.
yeah. I wasn't there I wasn't playing when Classic launched originally, but I know I've read plenty of things that say that launch was absolutely awful.
Oh yeah, totally. Totally.
Blizzard totally underestimated the amount of players that were going to
I
buy
think
the game
almost all
by
the
like
original,
a power of 10.
yeah, almost all the original expansion launches were terrible
Yeah.
from a player experience, just in terms of being able to actually access the content.
And a very manual process for them, I assume, to remedy it, right? They had to literally spin up new servers that people could create on.
Yeah,
Not some like auto-scaling server that's going to ramp up more shards on a mega server.
yeah, man. Jace, you love the concept. There's a cleaner and richer you sitting here. I love that idea too. And you can be that cleaner and richer you. Kang, sharding is much more flexible than physical server card. The biggest issue is that there isn't really any reason not to transfer to larger servers, since they can expand infinitely now, it seems, right? Like now you're on layer 3 on Grob. How can I tell what layer I'm on Grob? Is there a way to tell?
I think there are add-ons that can tell you what layer you're on.
Interesting. Okay.
Because
I've
there are
seen
people who will like spam like looking for layer 1 invite or something.
Yeah,
like
that's what I was gonna say. I've seen that in like guild chat and stuff. But yeah, I'll say that like we've had an awesome time on this server since we've transferred, to the point
Yeah.
where like our experience of going through Hellfire Peninsula in the last week or whatever it's been has been so good that we reevaluated our choice to quit playing WoW Classic
Yeah,
when-
kind of interesting.
when Blackwing Lair launched, because we're just like, seen it then and all. Don't need to do it again. But being here has been like, damn, this is actually pretty fun.
A lot of people playing the game.
Yeah, and there's a different attitude here. Like
Yeah,
there's
it is a different attitude.
it's different, man. It feels like I've joined a. I actually heard a great metaphor about this. It was in a. I've been listening to Lex Friedman's interview with John Carmack, the famous id programmer, former CTO of Oculus VR, insanely smart, one of the most brilliant
Yep.
programmers ever. And he was talking to Lex, who's also a nerd and a programmer, a scientist,
Yeah,
about
super.
like about the IDEs they use, the environments they use for doing their programming, and they were talking about the virtues of going with an old school like sort of interface that kind of forces you to be more literal, more methodical in your approach. And Carmack likened doing that to being a Civil War reenactor. It's kind of fun for a little while, but eventually you see the utility of the modern approach to those kinds of problems. And I feel like we're a server of like World of Warcraft Civil War reenactors. And it's beautiful. And right now I'm loving it.
Might not be quite that bad, but yeah, I get the point.
I don't think it's
get the
bad at
point.
all, man. What do you got? It's against Civil War reenactors.
No. I think the true like WoW Civil War reenactors were the people who were like playing Wrath of the Lich King on private servers, 6 years ago. Like,
Yeah, you're just in denial. You're in denial.
Yeah, maybe.
You got your Confederate jacket on. You just can't even see it's there.
I can't even see it's there. I don't know what happens. I have blinders on to the outcome.
Kang says he uses Nova world buffs. Honestly, he almost quit on the server when Phase 2 launched. Horde are much more active in PvP than Alliance. Yeah, that's typical on most servers, I feel like. But we're gonna change that, right, Will? We're gonna make the Alliance. We're gonna bring our PvP chops up to snuff. You and me, right?
You signing us up for arena grinding? Is that what I just heard?
That's not PvP. That's esports. It's very different. It's very different.
Yeah,
that's not real. That's not Civil War reenacty enough for me. I'm talking about posting up in the middle of Hillsbred foothills. To be clear,
just a little Sherman's March to the Sea, burn down all the Horde lobbies. Is that what you're putting forward?
Yes, of course. What else could I be talking about? Or right, getting our flying mounts and camping the Dark Portal. Like that's the other move. But of course, we aren't going to get our flying mounts before Wrath, so we'll miss that.
Now, also, I learned. Here's another useful bit of information. Yeah. Don't level your professions past 350.
Okay. Why?
Because as soon as Wrath drops, those professions basically start at 350. So you can use Wrath crafting to get you the last 25 levels of what you would have needed to spend tons and tons of gold to do in PC. So I found that out with tailoring. Like, it's very expensive to go from tailoring level 350 to 375. You need like a couple hundred imbued netherweave, and imbued netherweave sell for like 6 gold a piece.
Sure.
That's not counting other materials. So it's like 1,000 gold grind almost just to go from 350 to 375, and that turns into a 20 gold grind in Wrath.
Awesome. Thank you for telling me that. Jace, I logged into Guild Wars 2 when you got home today. Awesome, dude. Looks like a happy face there. What did you find in Guild Wars 2 when you arrived? Friendly Henry.
Goku.
Friendly Helly being friendly. Hello, Friendly Henry. How goes it today? Are you still binging Planet Side 2? Kang, yeah, the last 25 levels need a bunch of rare garbage that nobody uses anymore. Yeah, I was looking at leveling up engineering, and came up against the stark truth that all the end game materials like mithril bars and shit that were dirt cheap in Classic are gonna cost me an arm and a leg now in Burning Crusade. So I think right now I have mining and an empty profession slot because I got blacksmithing up to like 200 back in vanilla, and I was like, why am I leveling this? I'm never gonna use blacksmithing again.
Well, why finance blacksmithing now if you wanted to?
Right, but why? In vanilla, there was literally no reason to be a blacksmith unless you had one of the rare recipes you were making for your guild. Like, there was no payoff.
There's in Wrath, each profession has like some payoffs.
Hang on. I don't disagree with you. I'm saying that's what I did in vanilla.
Oh,
okay. Want to make sure you got that. Cool.
I'm with you. I thought you were commenting on why you might not go blacksmithing right now.
No, I haven't decided for Wrath. Although I'm leaning towards engineering because I always get to the end game and I'm like, why didn't I pick engineering? It's way too fun.
Yeah.
It's way too fun.
On-use haste trinkets, stuff like that. I mean, it's
I also just kind of like all the weird like cheeky stuff like the revive trinket and like I kind of like that shit. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Henry, you know it. Did a little bit of platoon leading today. Let's go, man. Let's go. Nothing super intensive. Only use voice when you really needed people move fast. That's right. He who speaks softly and carries a big stick. Friendly Henry.
That's right.
Jace, I decided to start on a fresh character, and some friends invited the group up for World New World. You might go through the full story again. You know what? I've been thinking about doing a Guild Wars 2 reroll. I don't know when I would do it. Probably next year, is my guess. But I've been thinking about peeling off a new account to play Guild Wars 2 on fresh. Because you can't have a fresh character experience in Guild Wars 2 with a new character anymore because of the way how liberally that game hands out account progression. So any new character you start in that game is already so convenience and access crept. I thought I might actually make a free-to-play character and just kind of do that experience.
That'd be a way to do it.
One of the video essay ideas, I have like 3 or 4 sitting on a notepad that I'm thinking about doing next is this simple Guild Wars 2 idea. Guild Wars 2 is going to kill on Steam. Because I think it is. I think the Steam launch for Guild Wars 2 is going to be huge. Because that game is built for... It has a... The simple idea for the video, I think it's going to be a short one. Tell me if this makes sense. The simple idea for the video is the same quality of people on Steam exploring for free-to-play games. And people who are prone to do that sort of exploration synergizes with the quality of Guild Wars 2 that is so good, which is just running around and exploring the world with your feet. Does that land at all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, I think the game will be successful in a free-to-play market that Steam.
But what about my
provides.
point, man? You didn't. Does my point make sense?
Maybe rephrase it if you can.
Okay.
I want to make sure I followed.
So let me try to put this. I'll try to put it better. I haven't written it yet, so it's not 100% clear in my head. But basically, the idea is one of the best things about Guild Wars 2, in my opinion, is the exploration. I think that might be the thing that sets it apart from other MMOs the most. It is the thing that is most unique about it. And in fact, that Reddit poster called out some of the qualities. Everything he called out about Guild Wars 2 is stuff that happens when you're doing open world exploration, right? Mm-hmm. He talked about the grouping, but there's also just plenty of fun solo experiences to be had there. It's a big world. It has dynamic events, and it is just a lot of texture, a lot of variance, a lot of different things you're doing when you're there. And it's really enjoyable to explore. So if you accept the idea that the thing that singles out Guild Wars 2 among other MMOs is how good it is at the simple art of exploring game worlds compared to other MMOs, which compared to others I've played, I think that's true. There might be some I haven't played that are good at it. I don't know. But it's better than WoW at world exploration. It's better than fucking ESO. It's better than what other MMOs have I played? New World. I haven't played that many. Anyway, it's good. So that's the one point. Are you with me so far on that?
No, I'm with you on the point you're making. Yeah.
Yeah. So what singles out Guild Wars 2 in my mind is how good the exploration content is. Okay. So what is someone doing when they are on Steam looking for a free-to-play game? What's the verb? John is what?
Hunting for a new game.
I was going to use the word exploring. John is exploring. You get it? People who are explorers on Steam become explorers in Guild Wars 2. There's a natural synergy there. The same thing that qualifies you to be browsing the Steam storefront qualifies you to be browsing fucking human separatists in Ascalon. Okay. Maybe it's not that strong of an idea.
I mean, no, it's an interesting idea. Or you're just in denial and it's a death knell. But
that's what I'm hoping to surface. Because if it sucks, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. But here's what happened: is I made a tweet a couple weeks ago that said, what did it say? Man, Guild Wars 2 is going to kill on Steam. No better, let's jump in and explore MMO. I got 100 likes. That's like probably my most liked tweet ever. And it made me think, shit, that could be a video. Okay, moving on.
I mean, I certainly hope you're right. I certainly hope you're right. The pessimist in me, though, when I look at other MMOs that have launched on Steam, they've done so with fresh servers, fresh start servers,
Okay.
whereas Slate has been clean for the players that are going to be joining through the new platform.
Yep. But Guild Wars 2 doesn't
And-
have servers in that sense.
Yeah, and Guild Wars 2 doesn't have servers in that sense, and the players that join from Steam are going to be dumped into an already very lively player base. So, I mean, back to the pessimist in me, one of the things I think about is, why would a game choose to launch on Steam? It's because they want access to a large player base of people who are interested in playing a game.
They're choosing to make less money per player on a larger number of players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, I guess it can be both a positive and a negative at the same time. It probably is. It's probably going to fall somewhere in the middle, right?
Well, for Guild Wars players, it's the only negative for Guild Wars 2 existing players is the amount of development time being spent on new player experience type stuff instead of new content. But I actually think that's close to done.
Probably.
I've been hearing murmurs that the Steam release is actually might be coming alongside its 10th birthday, which is at the end of the month. So yeah. Kang says. Jay says, I decided to start on a fresh character, then some friend. Oh, yeah, you already read that. Kang, well, back in vanilla, the game wasn't focused around raiding, so blacksmithing was an endgame gearing solution. Right. The game not being focused around raiding. That's one of the things I loved about vanilla, dude.
Until you got to Nax.
Yeah. Till I got to Nax. I did get to Nax.
Had your soul sucked out.
I was proud of that. Yeah, the Four Horsemen got me, dude. Never got to Saffron.
Most players didn't, right?
Jace, I don't think I've rerolled since Path of Fire, but yeah, you have an alt account you've been messing with. Same idea as me with the fresh account. Kang, you bought Guild Wars 2 in 2012 and played it at almost max level, then came back in 2015 and got to max and did Fractals, left before Heart of Thorns. Came back and brought all the expansions. Heart of Thorns Masteries, slowing your progress. Yeah, the Heart of Thorns Masteries are grindy, dude. Back in the day, I really liked that, though. They were very chunky. I really enjoyed them.
What were the
especially
frogs?
The ley line gliding mastery is requires a fuck
God.
ton of grinding. Pro tip for me, if you're doing that, is to buy XP boosters in the gem store using gold. Or if you're like me, just using money. I actually
I'm with you there.
played the entire End of Dragons expansion boosted because I just this is 50 cents an hour for me to be boosted. And my time is worth that much. So I just did it. Jay, there's a ton to do in game. It's nice coming home from a long day to run around, exploring, and still making progress. You see, Will, that's what I'm talking about. Come home from a long day. You want to have a chill exploration experience, a little bit of RPG stuff, making some progress on a goal. Play some Guild Wars 2. How long has it been, Will, since you leveled through the original launch world of Guild Wars 2?
At this point, within the last 3 years, have leveled an Elementalist through a majority of the original campaign.
Really? In the last 3 years? Since I've known you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think it's certainly been since you've known me. I started to level an Elementalist, and he's
You must have
not that high.
done
It's
this
like-
without telling me. I didn't know about this.
I might have just been playing it in a spare time. I'm like
How
level
dare you.
45 or 50.
Okay.
That was a while ago, though.
You weren't even halfway done. But anyway, go on.
Level 50? Was I not halfway done?
Level is 80 levels, and the last ones are harder.
They are harder, I suppose. Well, was it originally 80 levels?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But before that, I hadn't done it since the launch.
Yeah. But yeah, like I
Right.
kind of like the idea of going through Guild Wars 2 and just experiencing the whole story again because honestly, like all the story before like Iceberg, like before season 4, all the story has really become foggy in my mind. And it's such a cool game.
Is the story in Guild Wars 2 good?
Uh it is voluminous and the lore is
Certainly that.
excellent. And the lore is excellent. I would say the storytelling rises to the level of being good rarely in the launch game and often in fresh content. So in the last year or two. But yeah, I think that the Path of Fire story actually there's some very good storytelling there, especially around Vlast.
Okay.
I wish he was a bigger part of that story because he was just so cool. The Balthazar stuff was it was like hit or miss, but a lot of it was good. Heart of Thorns story. Heart of Thorns story is a big who cares, man. It's just like
Yeah, that one was pretty.
it's like okay,
unexciting.
and there's a whole bunch of ways that campaign didn't deliver things players were expecting. Disconnect.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Okay,
Oh, no,
it's back.
You're back.
Yeah, why did my stream disconnect? That's so weird.
You know,
Okay.
Jace, I missed the first 6 months of Guild Wars 2. What's interesting is I got to max level within, what, a month? Something like that. And then after month 2, I decided that there wasn't enough to keep me around. So I might have, that might
And
have
that was back at
been-
launch.
That was back at launch, so that might have been drawn out an extra month. So I might
I
have
buy
played the
that.
game for 3 months.
I buy that.
And then once I got to max level and played it for another month, I was like, I'm not. There was nothing there for me that I wanted.
But you
to
gave it a
continue
college
playing.
try. You played at the end game for a month.
Yeah, I was there for about a month.
You probably got your dungeon armor, right?
Got some dungeon armor, a couple pieces of ascended gear, I think.
Okay.
Or was that the
Okay.
dungeon armor?
No, that was exotic.
That was exotic. I think I had 1 or 2 pieces of ascended gear. And back then it was one of the pieces you could buy, I think, from the Laurel
Jewelry.
vendor.
Yeah,
Jewelry,
like
like
the
the
amulets
ring
and stuff.
or an
Yeah.
amulet. And then I had Zoja's Curious. Curious.
Chest.
How do you say that? The chest, yeah.
Yeah, the curious. It's a plate chest, heavy armor chest.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Kang, you did the intro to End of Dragons and you were greeted by a bunch of NPCs like we're longtime friends and you were very confused. That's the interesting thing about an MMO like Guild Wars 2 that does try to tell character stories is there's a huge cost to missing out in terms of enjoying the new content. For what it's worth, End of Dragons I think did a better job of dealing with that than a lot of the older content did.
By relying on newer characters.
Really,
the most part.
the biggest problem has always been season 2, where players who get through the end of the main campaign, they kill Zaitan. Spoiler alert.
Oh, yeah.
And then immediately they're going to the desert and dealing with a bunch of characters like Bram and Rox and Timey, who they've never fucking heard of, who will talk to them like they know each other. It's like, what the hell? And I never thought they were going to do it, but Arena were like, okay, we're going to relaunch season 1 content. I didn't think they would do it, and they did. So it's nice to be wrong sometimes. It's nice to be wrong. Jay's content was pretty much karma farming and or mostly miss all the friends you made. Now they're all gray names. Yeah. That's the eternal MMO thing, dude.
That's right.
You know what I think would be really cool? If someone ever figured out a technology to layer a social and progression layer on top of popular MMOs in a way that joined them together. Like, what if you could have one universal like identity? Okay. that join like your Final Fantasy account, your World of Warcraft account, your Guild Wars account, and anyone else who had the same thing, when they're looking at your Guild Wars character, they can also see your WoW character and your WoW achievements. Like even
Sounds
going
like
so
you need to make a sales pitch to Discord on their next feature.
I'm be astonished if no one else was working on this, because it is such a good idea. It is such a good idea. I'm sure it's challenging, and you see Blizzard starting to do stuff like this, right? With their own properties, where like you have Hearthstone promotions that result in minis in WoW. Like that's small potatoes. Like you can go a lot further with that, and create an inter IP MMO community that actually reflects the way people consume MMOs, which is no one mains one game anymore, I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's a cynical, nearly 40-year-old man view, but
yeah, I think that's less true than you might think.
I mean, sorry, maybe I used the wrong word. I didn't mean to say that they only main one game. I meant to say that they only play one game. It's uncommon for people to only play one MMO, I feel like.
I think,
but then again,
right.
that could be gamerish of me, where I just assume everyone's experience is the same as mine.
No, I don't think you're wrong. I think that's probably the majority. And then you have the vocal minority of players that are like just super into one game, like Destiny 2 players who really only play Destiny 2 and literal nothing else.
Jace, I am the battle tag flex. I want to have this guy, Khadgar's Servant, as my avatar for cross game shit.
Yeah,
but how cool would it be, like, if I could like whip out my sunrise right now from my Guild Wars 2 character on this character in some way, like maybe not have it be a permanent skin, but something like maybe an emote that I could do, you know, that would whip it out, like that kind of shit, and have some, like, I don't know, like there's a huge number of migratory MMO players where one game's loss is another game's gain. And there's someone who can interject themselves in the middle of those interactions and squeeze a whole bunch of value out, I think. But it would be very hard to do, and you need broad partnership between games. It's probably a partnership nightmare.
Probably. Putting it lightly.
But, you know, like I'd look at like a Riot Games, who has a whole bunch of their own original IPs, to do something like that. You know, eventually.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that we know the lore of the Arakoa, should we go punish the filthy Skettis scum?
You know, I think we've... Well, there's one we're missing. Where is it?
Jace, when you daydream, sometimes you think of a room full of stuff you've collected. Guild Wars 2 Legendaries, Epic Gear from WoW, my TR Butcher. Exactly. Like, there's something there. Like, all these bits of identity we accumulate across multiple worlds. There's something there. I think.
Let's do this elite quest, and then we'll go down there and do the next Arakoa quest.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
It's all
my goal for the stream is to not lose any subscribers from people who just subscribe to my channel for the video essay and then see me streaming like, who the fuck is this guy? This is not what I subscribed for.
Some bald dude on the internet.
Fuck him. Fuck him in particular.
What does this guy even know?
By the way, as we're transitioning from a rousing discussion to a rousing battle, now would be a fantastic time to like the stream. And if you want to see more, throw me a subscription. Wachow!
Dark Moon Fair is up. It's done.
Oh, is it?
It is.
Tomorrow's Tuesday. It's a reset. I have a question mark here.
There's a few question marks here.
Carrie Hicks.
Oh, it's all the events. It's funny how there's
Well
nobody
met.
here doing them.
yeah.
Have a good
okay.
one. Farewell.
I vaguely remember getting XP for these.
I have just the thing for you. Who is?
Oh, while we're here, could you make me some food?
Yeah, I can do that.
Show me the drinks. I'm not playing as a RPing as a dwarf. Greetings,
question.
friends, and welcome to the greatest show on Azeroth. Please step right up and take in all we have to offer. Ride the rides and see the sights. Amaze at the wonders that the Dark Moon Fair has uncovered in the vast and mysterious world. We've spared no expense in bringing you excitement and children that children of all ages will delight in. It's a children's event. I didn't know that.
I supply only the finest goods.
Thank you for the food. Much appreciated.
No problem. Not that
My
you're gonna
belly
need that
won't
much.
thank me for
Fine,
all these
great.
carbs.
For the Alliance.
Tell me about the Dark Moon Fair cards.
Light bless you.
I remember them being somewhat expensive to get. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
still the case.
Yeah, no idea, or if they even work at level 70 or 80. It's another question.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
it level
good
70
point.
priest rolling in here?
All right, well,
Bed
let's go.
Gare. That's a name. Lead on, sir.
Yeah, let's go do the elite quest.
Let's do it.
Supposedly it's a 3+ quest, but you know.
So,
we
describe this quest to me while we're on the way. Hang
We
on.
have
Another.
to kill.
Go ahead. No, you go. You go.
We have to kill ethereal plunderers, which are just like tomb robbers. Is my
Why?
thing. So we're clearing
Why?
out an ancient tomb because they're defiling, the sanctity of a burial ground.
Oh God, that's terrible. Who's
Yeah,
buried there?
That's a good fucking question. The name of the quest is the Tomb of Lights. I'm assuming Draenei because we are in Outland.
Okay, I think it's a fair enough assumption. The 65 mage on the right.
Of course.
I'm trying to ask the same questions that I would ask if someone IRL asked me to go kill a bunch of grave robbers. So who are these guys anyway? Like, what's the deal with this place?
Literally, the description is a lost resting place of the dead.
Is lost. Ooh, spooky.
But if it was lost, how does he know where it is?
Well,
How does our
he's
quest giver know where?
he is a keeper of mysterious knowledge.
Yeah, so it's not truly lost.
I'm gonna
though.
put you on
It's
follow
not-
while I read this chat message. Another thing Kevin talks about is that MMO devs should be more comfortable with people finishing content and not need an endless grind with every patch. Bro, I so agree with that. King, finishing your content and leaving, then coming back when you have more content. Yeah, dude. So this actually is one of the angles on the middle class MMO middle class idea that my video essay is about. Is like part of being an MMO middle classer, I feel like, is just finishing content and then being done with it. That very idea. And the gamers that those huge grinds are put in for are a very small number of insanely well represented streamers and grinders and hardcore players.
Yeah.
Jace, wapow! Provide for me, Culligan. I don't know what that means, but I'll take it. What's Culligan?
I don't know what that spelling of Pelican is.
Henry, you're reading the Reddit post comments on my post. Lots of good comments. Finally got to the first really salty one. Salty ones are the best ones. But yeah, actually, that's some very thoughtful comments. Will thinks they're all idiots, but I don't agree with that.
I think Redditors just consume content in a very particular way.
Stated so diplomatically.
Yeah, in a very particular but and they only want to interact with content on Reddit in that specific way. And I don't think it's all Redditors. I just think it's a mass majority of people who comment on Reddit specifically, which is a very small subset of people who actually browse Reddit, right? Are people that actually comment.
It's a very polysyllabic way of saying Redditor's gonna Reddit.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. Don't disagree.
Oh, Culligan, like as in the water. That's what I wondered if you meant. The Culligan, the water softener, and the water softener company. In fact,
Culligan?
My dad used to run and own a Culligan franchise in the hometown where I grew up.
Holy shit!
As odd as that is, a very Midwest thing.
Jace, man. I did not know what any of that was until I just heard those sentences. Culligan water. First off, water softener is a thing. Second, it's a business that your dad owned.
It was a franchise that my dad owned once upon a time.
Okay.
Yeah, water softeners and water drinking systems. You know how you go into homes sometimes and they have a separate water spout specifically for drinking, like a drinking water system?
No,
it's basically just
I can imagine that. Okay.
Filtered water system. Oh, there's some hordes.
A warrior and a shaman.
What's our friendly druid doing? Oh, we pulled.
He's just going to do quest stuff. Would you like to engage in some aggressive negotiations?
266s. They got 2 levels on us, and they didn't bother the other 2 alliance that ran through.
All right.
It may make questing difficult.
We'll see.
No, Culligan Man commercials were very much a Midwest thing. Not really East Coast and not really West Coast.
5-gallon water dispensers. Think autocorrect spelled it wrong. Oh, word.
Yeah, Culliga. Yeah, that's the spelling.
We also had a good chuckle over a couple salty comments at the start of the stream, Henry. Redditors like it when you make them feel smart. Yeah. There's a huge validation component to the way a lot of people engage with Reddit. I mean,
that's also
all
a very
social
PC
media
way of saying that.
I mean, it's all social media though. It's not just Reddit.
Yeah.
Kang, what's interesting about vanilla WoW designs, they assume that 2% of the people would ever see a raid, so they mostly intended people to do dungeon and professions at endgame. I didn't know that. Like that makes sense to me. I feel like I've seen that, but I didn't know that was an actual deliberate goal. Give me some rage, please. Need more rage.
Guy kind of wrecked my face.
Yeah, that hurt a little bit. And it's Kang, if that's true, why do you think that they abandoned that conception of the endgame for a raid-based endgame? Or is it more that they expanded their definition to include raids? I still have more Nethermancers to kill.
Yep, there's some back here. And we have the elite back here that we need to kill.
Yeah, okay. So these are the filthy tomb robbers, right?
Ethereal plunderers, yes.
Are
Plundering the lost tomb of the dead.
Oh, fucking terrible. Can't wait to kill all these assholes. How dare they?
But you see, if you would have read the quest aloud, then everybody would have known that they were plundering the lost tomb of dead.
Yeah. Well, I tend to read the quest when I pick it up.
Oh, good point.
Because then I can read it in the voice of the quest giver, which is the part of it that I enjoy.
That's the value. That's the value add right there.
That's right. The voice acting
That's
is the
the
value
real
add.
content. All right, we do need to pull all of these things.
Henry, if you don't make them feel smart, they'll take it from you by force, by belittling you. That's your analysis on Redditors. And you're not wrong, man. You're not wrong.
There's a certain mob mentality to Reddit.
I
putting
try
lightly.
to I try to see through the platform effects on Reddit though to see the person when I can manage it and when I'm not feeling triggered by it, which admittedly is not never. Man, I really like concussion blow.
Concussion blow is pretty sweet.
Just like a 5-second stun, yes. USTFU.
All right. Don't run in there. Don't run in there.
Okay.
Because that's where the elite spawns.
Okay.
I'm gonna just slowly pull it.
Look at these little things. What do you think these are? These little glowy things. Oh, you're being
batteries.
attacked. For what?
I'm assuming the ethereals. Well,
So you think it's like this is what they run on? Ether?
probably ether? Some weird obtuse electrical energy. Oh, we can summon a guardian. Oh,
Yeah, okay.
All right, so we
Kang-
can clear it out and then summon it.
Rogo, if you never heard the commercials, Oh Culligan Man, I did not. You said it's a
You're not
Midwest
missing
thing, Will?
anything. Yeah.
You know what commercials I remember from the East Coast that I actually have started to see creep into my West Coast viewing habits? Is it Furniture Warehouse or Bob's Stores? The Bob's Stores guy?
Something like that.
I can't
Alright.
think of what it's called.
For this, I'm gonna have you summon. I'm gonna sit back and summon my elemental and just go ham.
Okay.
Try not to die. Use your CDs.
Okay.
And if you need to kite back, I'll have it slow on it so you can run away.
Ooh, this is spooky.
It is fucking spooky. Look at that
Wait,
little
we're
light.
summoning
It's like
a
floating.
guardian and then killing it? Why?
Yeah, no, the Vengeful Harbinger.
Oh shit, why is he vengeful?
Because people are plundering the tomb, so we have to put his soul at rest.
The Tomb of Light has become corrupted by the Shadow Council, and the Draenei dead have become cursed spirits, angry
hiccups.
and confused with a burning hatred for the living. Before I left Shattrath, I was given a Draenei tomb relic. It can be used near the ancient Draenei altar, deep within the Tomb of Light, to summon a Tomb Guardian. This creature will activate the altar and begin to purge the tomb of corrupt spirits, freeing them to ascend, protect the Tomb Guardian until the ritual is
Alright.
complete. We protect it.
Oh, we protect it.
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
We're on the side of the dead.
Oh.
Fuck the living, embrace the dead.
Oh.
Look at this, man.
He can't target anything. Why can't I target? Oh, now I can target things. Oh, here they come.
We have some French. Friends. French?
These are level 65s.
Yeah. They mean business.
Yeah, they do. That's why it's 3 or plus. Hopefully we can drink between the waves. Yes, you can.
Let's go. Easy mode. Kang, there's a couple of clips out there of Kevin talking about it. You think they met demand? The silent casual player base wasn't really going to notice such a focus change. Okay, I buy that. I buy that. Yeah. Oh man, which totally validates like the 80-25 principle. The fact that 80% of people who play your game are just silently enjoying it. Like maybe that's like the hidden truth that like the active social media WoW community doesn't acknowledge that like there is an enormous amount of people just quietly enjoying alts and crafting in this game and not even worrying about the raids. Well, I just yawned enough to like expand the space in my ears, and I feel like I've just turned
there's
on the
another
bass
pack
boost in
coming.
my own
Try
head.
to drink a little bit after this.
All right.
I think they'll start attacking our friend though, or aggro on you. I'm gonna summon my friend.
Should be okay here.
I'm gonna pop a mana pot.
Last stand.
the boss is up, so we just need to drink after this, and we're good. I'm gonna go for him.
Still getting help. I'm getting like no health from this food. I don't know what the deal is. So you don't need my help at all. Huh.
Mage OP.
Yeah, confirmed. He tried to run away. Aw,
Thanks for your help. Oh, we completed it. Do we get a turn in here? Kind of looks like it.
I like the music here. Thank you for your help.
Yeah, it looks like the turn-in's going to be right here. It's kind of cool. Wonder why this quest needed 3 people plus.
Because people are noobs and we're not. Whoa.
That's a good point.
Whoa.
Sparkly lights.
Let's go.
Okay, sparkly lights.
Yeah, Kang is confirming that. Turn it in right here. He made that mistake and had to do it twice.
Ah.
It's no mine. It's a tomb. Oh. I don't know what I'm right clicking on. Oh, it's just red vagueness above us. Oh, sort of. Oh, it has a face if you look at it from the front. Whoa.
Oh, big, creepy, floaty drain eye.
You've saved us all. What can we do to thank you? You cannot know what you have done here, Deeg. You have saved so many of us from an eternity of darkness. There is little that I can do for the living and nothing that I could give that would thank you enough. Take what seems useful to... Oh, shit.
Did you not turn it?
No.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I was reading the quest and it just fucking went away.
You failed. You failed so hard and we pulled everything. Oh, God, this is going to kill me.
Hang on. AoE taunting. I'm gonna retaliate.
I'm going to die.
Oh god. There's no way I can survive this.
Oh my god, the spawn is up here. Oh, no, game. I had a like an inkling that might happen.
Oh no.
And I was like, should I tell him to just accept it before it disappears?
Just
I'm
shut
like,
up
no, he'll
and
just
accept the
do
quest.
it.
I was so almost done
God.
with reading it too. I can't believe that
Click
shit.
on expand the quest. I don't actually know. You might actually have to abandon it and pick it back up again.
Well, do I still have the quest item?
No.
Yeah, I do.
The
Relic.
orb.
I still have the orb,
maybe
so
you
I
can
should be able
summon
to
it.
summon it again. This why do the graveyards suck so much in this zone?
They suck really bad.
Holy cannoli. Was trying to read that. Yeah. That wouldn't have happened in WoW Retail. Guarantee that would have been smoothed over. Smooth as silk.
That would not be a problem. Yeah. That's a bad design choice right there.
I don't know. I kind of get it. I don't feel that bad about it. It's actually kind of a fun quest. I don't mind doing it again. Do you want to do it again? Or are you toast?
I mean, we can do it. It's a good trinket.
Yeah, I want it. I want the trinket. Oh, Kai's here. Nope. Kai, we were not going to do it unless you were here because you were the one who suggested it, so we thought we should wait until you were here before we attempted it. What time is it? 9:23. Probably been playing for another hour or so.
Yeah, around that.
Maybe let's finish this quest and then we can reload our UIs without Questy and give it a go for a little while.
I don't even know where we go though. Like, where do we go from there?
That's part of the adventure, I guess.
Oh God.
How horrifying.
I mean, what? Yeah, it's been a bit. It's been a bit. All right, let's not pull the other two.
Yeah, where do I even... I guess you gotta respawn in the back of the room?
We have 3 of them up. I'm gonna respawn right here.
I don't see you. Oh, yeah, right next to me. Okay, fine. Hey, Lex.
Oh, I didn't mean to blink.
Oh, it's no big deal, Kai. It's just a for fun thing. No big deal. Okay, so we just need to clear these dudes out.
Tanky warrior, tanking things so I can hit them. We
I'm
may
gonna eat my
need
stamina food. I have stamina food, I think.
I'm gonna kill one of these other behind us.
Okay.
And
I
others
assume we should just clear the
probably
room, right?
leave. The others should be fine.
Sure.
Yeah, I think they actually kill. I mean, we can kill. We need it for the quest to, anyways.
Okay. Dranai spirits, I return. Time for more spooky shit. Kai, I
Long
was just
RP sequence.
I was just looking, Kai, at your post in the Discord about that salty dude commenting on my Reddit thread. We had a good chuckle about that at the start of the stream. The Iron Oath will cleanse this tomb. What do these gateways go to, do you think? I mean, that's what these are, right? Gateways?
Yeah, something like that. The ethereal homeworld.
Maybe they're for just like expediting shipping, you know. They're grave
probably.
robbers.
And here come the.
Yeah, he did see right through me, Kai. He just checkmated me, dude. Undeniable. These guys keep dodging, and I love it. Shit, get there in time.
Is this guy not going to help us? Kind of doesn't look like it.
We are protecting him. He's doing important work. We'll do our
Yes.
job, he'll do his, you know? I
Drink
need to put a...
while we're waiting.
I need a weak auras to nag me to battle shout.
Oh, here comes some more.
Rock and stone for the Iron Oath. Fuck yeah, dude. I'm just gonna meet them where they are.
Works for me. There will be one more group after this. That's somewhat quick. Crit. There's another group. Try to pull back and we can get you some heal.
Hope I made lots of money from my obvious ad. Yeah, the one guy commented that the ads are getting smarter and smarter these days. That's right. There was a professional social media company who wrote that Reddit thread for me. I paid them much money. It's going to get me a big return. That's exactly what happened. Ooh.
Juicy.
Spicy crits.
Alright, the baddie's up.
Oh, easy.
Just turn it in this time.
I'm going to RP read it very slowly.
Oh, God. Wrecked.
Riggedy wrecked. Hey, ancient Dranny spirits. What's a good? I think my character would have a Midwest accent, or maybe like a Southern accent. I'm not sure. Zap. Someone stayed up late to code this. I guarantee you. To script this. You cannot know what you have done here, D. You have saved so many of us from the eternity of darkness. There's little I can do for the living, and nothing I can do give you. Thank you enough. Thank you. This is useful to you. Blah, 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 blah. Get the physical one? Yep. Okay. Good. All right. Transaction completed.
And now let's run away before they all respawn and kill us again.
Agreed. Once ganked, twice shy. Big money.
Probably should go into the room.
Okay, sorry. I'm reading chat. Alright. I'm there for you, chat. Just let me kill some dudes first.
Hey, finish that quest too. Hype.
Roll out. Kang, hey, this person isn't really MMO related, but they are FPS related. Battlefield YouTuber Gravity BFTV does some great map recaps of old Battlefield games. I mean, that sort of thing. It's design related. Oh, interesting. Battlefield is not my my cuisine of choice, but I have a great respect for it. Our boy Lex here loves Battlefield. He'll tell you all about it.
Find another one. It's my luck.
Oh, wrong button.
Oh my god, I put one behind us too. Oh my gosh.
You're amazing.
I'm out of mana.
It's okay, I got us covered.
Need to channel. Tight little tomb.
Ooh, the way you said that was so sexy.
Yeah. My pet is helping immensely.
Shit. 500 health.
That was quite close. We just killed a lot.
Rogue Wolf,
That's
that
one way to
under
get out of here.
1,000 sub monetization makes mad money. Why you gotta say it so loud, Rogue Wolf? I really hope. I'm really that 1,000 subs, man. I want it more than I'm willing to admit. Not for the monetization. It's just the number. Lacton doesn't have to work ever again. Nice. Kai, defending the proof there are pro gamers in Planet Side 2. Sirius was right all along. We are playing against professional athletes. Man, that's a serious video. Oh my god, I can't interrupt this guy. These guys
Alright,
hurt
well,
me.
Yeah, they hurt.
I don't like that. That feeling does not feel good.
Let's go turn in, shall we?
Let's shall. Goodbye, Black Hand's Breath. You were a good
That
trinket.
was a little. We spent a little while there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we saved the tomb from the filthy ethereals. We helped free the ancient corrupted Draenei spirits. I'm quite satisfied with that outcome. My character will sleep well tonight.
Yes, they will.
You should do a Minnesota accent since you're in Northrend. Well, we're not in Northrend, but we are aiming to go there. Minnesota. I got to think about the Minnesota accent. I'm not sure if I can keep up a Minnesota accent. It's not in my ear enough.
We haven't fought this guy, have we? Darko?
No. We have not fought him. We could change that, though.
That we could. And a new quest up here.
High Priest Orglum. Out here in the wilds of Outland, we are weak with few heroes to defend our rights. But you have given them something to fear, warrior. I do not think the ethereals will soon forget the strong right arm of Deeg. That's right. Recognize his gamer biceps.
They know.
Oh, there's a follow-up here. Sulavine.
Collect the bones.
The bones of the dead Draenei litter the bone wastes from the explosion of Ocean Dune. Their spirits are restless and cannot move on to the next life. Warrior, you must help me to recover their bones and take them to their final resting place. Only then will they be at peace. Only then will they know comfort. Gather up the restless bones with care and deliver them to Ramdor the Mad at Ocean Dune in the center of the bone wastes. Despite his name, he will know how to care for them.
You come back sometime.
This is a very sad place.
Yeah, a giant explosion killed a bunch of people. Now
Yeah,
we're
a bit of a
picking up their
downer.
bones.
Why can't they just cheer up?
They just have to go dying all the time.
You know, feeling bad is like a personal decision. They should just go to therapy
Yeah, that's it.
and
Problem
get
solved.
over it.
Keep your feet on the
Problem
That's what they
solved.
should do.
So let's collect the bones, shall we?
It's gonna get plugged in. Oh, it's gonna get cold out. Gotta plug in the mount so you don't freeze over, don't you know? See, I can't do it. What we need is a way to fuel spaceships with internet trauma. Chicago. I should watch Fargo. That'll get me that accent.
That'll do it.
My mom's from there, you know. She's a Minnesotan.
Legit from Fargo or from Minnesota?
The latter.
It's an interesting place.
Never been. Actually, no, that's a lie. I visited
You never been?
Chicago once. I went to a Bulls game
Oh wow.
ages ago, in the 90s, when Jordan was still playing.
When Jordan was there, God, that would have been cool.
Yeah, I didn't follow basketball. The extent to which I followed basketball was collecting cups from McDonald's.
Well, I mean, but who didn't know
I couldn't
Jordan
appreciate what I was seeing, and we had terrible
or any of
seats.
them, right? Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan,
Larry Bird.
everybody knew. Larry Bird, everybody knew him.
Where are we
Even
going?
Shaq. We're just collecting bones.
Oh, okay.
That was my bone pile. You have to find your own.
Fuck. Fine.
Yeah, you need 10. Find your 10 bone piles.
All right, I'll go this way. You go that way.
Yeah, I'll go this way. I go this way. You go that way.
Any bone piles? Any bone piles? Wow.
Getting unlucky with your bones.
Yeah, I need a boner donor.
I think they make things for that. Is this warrior taking all the bones? Or is he killing buzzards? It looks like he's killing buzzards. I actually think there's a quest that we can pick up to kill buzzards. It leads us to
Buzzards.
another group quest that's supposedly pretty good.
How do you think the Arakoa relate to buzzards? Like, do you think that they treat them in a brotherly fashion?
I wonder if it's like Homo sapiens to Neanderthals.
Yeah, maybe. Or like Homo sapiens to apes or monkeys.
Yeah, that could be. Oh my god, I'm not finding shit.
I've been fighting this whole time.
We ain't
To
found
get
shit
to a single
yet.
bone pile. Oh my god, this guy is gonna kill me. Unreal.
Are you gonna die to one bone slasher?
Bone crawler. This guy does a lot of fucking
Bone-
damage, dude.
Excuse me, bone crawler.
Okay, I have a health potion. I'm gonna live.
Well, that's positive. I'm glad you're not gonna die off on your own.
Oh, is it a poison that's destroying me? I don't know. That was uncomfortable. My last stand wasn't quite up. Oof.
How have I not found anything yet, game? Give me...
Maybe the problem, Rogue Wolf, was that we haven't found the right concentration of bones, like the right quality of bones. Like,
That's it.
the ones just littered on the ground are sort of like low calcium bones. Them bones.
These are surprisingly hard to follow. Here's one. Jeez.
Should we be like combining this with another quest to improve our efficiency?
Probs? I mean, we'd have to get the other quest from the Illyrian stronghold, which we can do. But this leads to another quest area. And there's a quest to do down by me that we can do. The
Is this
Veil
rogue gonna
Mythic.
gank me?
probs. I'm gonna die.
Chalky. Let's see if he ganks me. Nope. Okay. No gank.
Left you alone. It's nice of him. If I die over here, it's a super long run.
JMPO bans. There was an Arakoa NPC in Warlords of Draenor that had a pet bird he talked to. I don't know if they understood each other,
fitting.
though. No one expects the Chalky Inquisition. Yeah, the okay, well, we're learning about interspecies relations in the world of Warcraft.
Careful. That could get you You get in trouble with Twitch TOS with that, or YouTube TOS with that.
Interspecies relations. Watch out.
These mobs are quite dense over here. Should be careful.
Is that a bone?
Oh, I
No.
found a little quest hub down here.
Oh, let's go. Southeast?
Excitement.
Southwest.
Southwest.
Yeah, I know my directions. What are you talking about?
Well, these are little 66s. Chonky boys.
These guys are gonna kill me, probably. Oh, they dismounted me. Good for them.
Collecting my last bone pile. Bones collected.
Oh no, there's another one. I'm hosed. Holy shit.
Oh, you're so done. What happened?
The just added me, dude. Doing my best.
Oh, you're still alive.
Oh, barely.
For now.
All the fucking tricks out of my hat like a fucking rabbit. Are you not gonna even come try to help me?
I'm running
Okay.
slowly, but I'm
That's
a little
it.
ways away.
That's it.
That's all she wrote.
Oh, I should have retaliated. Oh no, it's not up.
all
Fuck,
she
man.
wrote.
This place is brutal.
Yeah, you got smoked.
We need to stick
I'll come help
together.
you. That's it. And we can
He
go
did
get
let me
the,
die.
I
He
did.
let me die not just in that moment, but also in every single moment because he didn't roll a healer. Which we all know is what he should have done. Actually, I think if we started playing in BC, there's a decent chance I could have convinced you to play a shaman. Decent chance.
Oh yeah, I would have totally played a shaman.
Yeah.
Yeah, not even a decent chance. I would have probably just actively done it.
Yep. Yeah, but I couldn't convince you to play a priest or a pally in vanilla.
No, you couldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Not that's a little bit outside of the what I'm uncomfortable doing. Priest is just so bad
Yeah.
in these expansions.
Mm.
So bad. And anybody who's saying that they're good is just not correct.
Druid. Yeah. Why don't you play Druid?
I have never liked Druid.
Yeah. The whole shape-shifting thing, either you dig it or you don't, I think.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
Okay, that guy's dead.
Am I by your corpse? No, I'm not. Well, there's a warlock over here. What if he's gonna go on me? Nah, he's not. Alright, focus. Bone piles.
Focusing.
Bone piles are what we need.
We need to stick together. This place is too scary to be solo.
Uh-huh. I don't think we go inside.
Fine. Here's a bone
Here's a
pile.
Now what I'm thinking we do is we turn this in. There's a quest down by Mana Tombs that we do.
Okay.
And then we pick up all the quests for the dungeons around here.
Yeah,
And
baby.
then I think maybe our next play session is us
Dungeon
doing
time.
Crypts and the other one.
Hell yeah, dude. What levels are they?
We can do them almost now. We can do
65.
Mana Tombs now, and we can do Crypts at 65.
Yep. Yep. Cool, man.
We'll get 65 from Tombs. So
Sounds excellent to me.
won't get into it tonight, but I think that's next session.
Sure. Yeah.
Do you have all your bones?
No. I only got 2.
Oh shit. Slacker.
What do you mean slacker? I was in the fucking waste where there was nothing, and then I was getting ganked by NPCs.
I was in the waste too. I just chose the
You're
better
a fucking
waste.
mage.
Question
You're a
mark?
mage. Trouble? Blink? Frost Nova? Never mind. I gotta
Bye-bye.
fight. I gotta fight for my life, bro.
Bye-bye.
I don't get the
there's
option
another
to
one over
run
here.
away.
I'm gonna scare this rogue by standing right next
Do
to
it.
him on this
Do
bone
it.
pile.
Just loom over him with your massive toilet bowl helmet.
It's really, really bad.
Kang, before boosting nerf, you couldn't find anybody to do dungeons with in Outland. I'm so glad they nerfed that, dude.
What did they? Is it you can't be a higher level XP?
No. They made it so that mobs couldn't be infinitely kited. So like after 30 seconds of being slowed or whatever the effect that people were using was, the mobs become immune to it and they move at normal speed, no matter what you do.
People still boost in this game though, right? Like a lot.
I should be swinging back north.
You tell me. I don't know.
Yeah, let's do it.
What quest he says.
Also, Death Talons appear. The quest you did that I didn't do.
Oh yeah, you need to do that one. Let's do that one while we're here. Forgot
Kang,
you
they
said
also
that one.
mega nerfed XP gain if someone in your party is 8 levels higher. Okay, that both and it sounds like.
That's a good change. That's
Yeah.
an okay change in my book.
Yeah.
It was that way in retail though. Even during Wrath, that XP gain was nerfed. You couldn't get runs through dead mines by a max level and still get XP. You got like super reduced XP.
It's 5. There's another pile over here.
Yeah, and there's one up towards those quest mobs that you have to kill too.
Do you guys want to see a preview of the Cardo podcast at the end of the stream tonight? I just finished rendering it and uploading it. Now I got to do all the collateral for it so I can get it published. But I can show you guys the first minute or two if you want. Henry, big yes. All right, I'll show you at the end. I'm doing something a little different with this podcast. Just throwing a little bit of sugar on it compared to earlier stuff. Ken, you'd like to, but you're East Coast. You're about to pass out, bro. Late nighting it. Gamer time.
I'm West
I
Coast and
respect
I'm about
that.
ready to pass
I respect
out.
that. Don't let me destroy your sleep health. I wouldn't let you do it to me. I'm happy, dude. Like today was my. I mean, I'm not gonna get into it, but today was my big stressful day at work. And tomorrow I don't have
That's
any
over.
early calls, so I just like I'm kind of just vibing tonight a little bit.
Yeah, I like it.
My Tuesday is a little bit like your Monday.
Yeah, my Tuesdays. I don't even want to look. Barf.
Tuesdays used to be
Barf.
terrible for me, but they like I had 2 standing calls get canceled, and now they're just nice. All right, so why am I killing these Death Talon spirits again?
For the Arakoa, you're putting them at rest. This
Okay.
place burned down in the explosion of the Alkani.
And explode. Okay,
When Alkani exploded, yeah, all these people died.
so I'm putting them to
Birds,
rest.
Bird people. Yeah,
So
you
they're
put them
like
to rest.
they like haven't moved on to the afterlife of Arakoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Precisely.
They haven't gone to
This
bird
is
heaven.
one that you can chat with. What?
Cool. Flume.
It's random. I totally missed that interrupt. That
Oh,
was
weird.
super
I
fail.
need to fix that macro. Oh, okay. What is my pummel macro doing? What the hell? Well, Kang, don't worry about it. It'll be coming out in the next week. And it's only going to be a little tease tonight. Floon. Floon makes a series of strange clicking and clucking sounds. He would.
We got all the ravens. You need the skirmishers.
I need 3 spirits, 3 death talons, and 1 screecher. Oh wait, is that a different one? No, that's this one.
Yeah, they're different mobs.
Veil raise.
Here's a spirit. Oh, here's a...
Oh, there's a bone pile.
Spirits.
Let's go. Torgos's Bane. What is that? Oh, excuse me.
Oh, that's the that's a elite quest that we can get that gives us a good reward
Hell yeah, dude.
that we get from Illyrian Stronghold.
Okay.
Granted, we might not even need to do them because once we finish these dungeons, we can move right into Nagrand.
But will we have completed our calling as an adventurer to solve the problems of these people?
Well, it does ask a good question on what content you'd like to prioritize in Outlands during leveling, because certainly we will level faster than we can do it all.
I think if there is a really cool story quest happening, I might be excited about seeing it through, even if it's not optimal. But this content is not necessarily like.
I don't think there's really anything else.
It's not singing to me.
Yeah, the Crypts one could be interesting, maybe, but that's a big maybe.
Kang, I kind of want to just hop into End of Dragons, but you're still not done Heart of Thorns. Only just got to the Forgotten City. Man, that whole zone is so cool in Heart of Thorns. Let me try to think about hopping into End of Dragons and if you would be missing anything super duper important. Yeah, I guess to really appreciate the narrative payoffs in End of Dragons, if you care about that, it really helps to have played the whole Oreen arc, which really begins at the end of Heart of Thorns.
Yeah.
If you don't have that context, it's really hard to appreciate that in End of Dragons. But yeah, I totally understand the desire to play the current content. It's like my wife, whenever we're watching Star Trek Deep Space Nine, we get to a Ferengi episode, and she's like, skip. And I'm like, but we have to go in order, honey. We can't miss a single episode in order, or we might not know about a critical character or plot beat that will be called back to later. Donald Grump, Troll Priest.
Of course he's playing a troll. Of course. Or they are playing a troll.
That's 10 bones, man. We did it.
Nice. All right, so let's go turn in your Erico quest.
Yep.
And then let's go turn in... So the Erico quest will lead to a follow-up. It actually might behoove us to finish out the Erico Alon story quest line. Because
Cool.
I believe it ends in kind of a cool, like, Shatrath defense.
Cool, I like that. That sounds fun.
Yeah, so that's probably the only one worth finishing up in this zone, aside from the dungeons that we want to see.
You kind of spoiled yourself with the new dragon. You know, if you want to solo grind those world events anymore. Yeah, I mean, hang on, but you don't need to actually unlock the masteries in Heart of Thorns to finish the Heart of Thorns story anymore, do you?
I don't believe so.
I think that they got rid of the mastery gates, so you just go through and be narrative complete. You can come back and do the grinding later. People are still populating those maps, so there's no rush. At least that's my thought.
Yeah.
Those foul spirits deserve to die. The death they would have wrought on others is reason enough. We cannot hope to redeem those in Terok's grasp, but we shall deliver them a devastating blow in the name of the light. In the name of the light.
So
Still not
Erico
better
has
than
Poison
Blaster
Mask.
Shot Launcher. In the wretched colony to the southwest known as Veolithic, Terror's minions are attempting to befoul their avian brethren before they hatch. The dark sorcerers of Lithic encase eggs in a shadowy curse. When the hatchlings emerge, they mindlessly serve Terok. Travel to Veolithic and prematurely break the eggs before the curse has time to seep in. Even if you're too late, you can put down the tainted ones. Remember, the light shines brightest on the darkness. This is a brutal quest, dude.
Yeah, it really is.
We're literally going to commit infanticide.
Yeah.
And we're
Let's
carrying
save
out
that one for tomorrow, though.
Okay.
And let's kill the Spellweavers and Initiates down by the Mana Crypts, and then do the turn-in for the...
for Ramdor.
the bones, yeah. And I'm gonna... You want to YOLO through all of these? Kind of want to YOLO through all of these.
Cat, you saying you do have to do the mastery stuff?
What?
That's interesting. Where are we going? You lead. I don't know where I'm going.
Okay. Oh, you're just... I got dismounted too. We're so boned.
No, it's okay. Just come back to me. There's only 3 of them. Be alright.
Frost Elemental OP. You just kill that one mob. I'm gonna kill these 2 mobs.
Yeah, we'll be fine. See, when we're together, we are so powerful.
We're pretty strong.
The power of friendship.
We can go and sneak around here. Let's try not to get dismounted.
Yeah,
And then
you lead
below
on.
us is where we need to do... Oh, we need to kill Spellweavers. They're Spellweavers. And Initiates. So we just need to kill these.
Yeah, I have to look up the soundtrack for the dig. I'm pretty sure that's the game music that I'm being reminded of when I hear this music.
Really?
Yeah, I'm almost positive now, and I can barely remember anything about that game. It's so weird.
Not that long ago, I played through Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis,
I think I played that game too, man.
which came out shortly after the dig.
That was a LucasArts game, right?
Oh yeah, great point and click. Initiate right here. Kill this dude.
Warrior brain is melting. It's getting late.
That's the skirmisher. That's okay.
Fuck,
though.
you see? It's just melted, dude. I'm just useless.
We're almost done with this one. Just kill these Spellweavers up here. And then kill one more Initiate.
The Dig. Yeah. It's a old school LucasArts. I think it's LucasArts adventure game.
It is LucasArts Adventure game. 100%. Know that for a fact.
I think you need better food. It's filling me up very slowly these days.
I get a better food at level 65.
Okay, that explains
Oh, he
it.
just stole our mob.
Is he
What a D.
is he persona non grata?
Is he? No, I think he's fine.
All right.
Tangled with him before.
I think that's true.
Up the stairs.
Hey, cat.
Well, that's a big group of them up there.
Oh, cat wants water. Go ahead. Drink. Be merry. Hi.
Try not to pull that giant mob. There's like 20 over there.
That's awesome. It's a huge pack.
That's how we die.
Yes. Dig was awesome. Hey, someone else knows that game. I kind of feel like games like that were like practically invisible to modern gamers because they were they came out so long before social media, and they weren't like mega hits. So who the hell knows about that game?
Oh no, old gamers know about the Dig.
What about
and other
Day of
point
the
click
Tentacle?
adventures.
Any Day of the
Yeah,
Tentacle
same.
enjoyers?
Yeah, yeah.
I remember playing
that was the first one.
I think that was the game that got me into those because I was in like a gifted and talented program in school back in the day, and the computers totally had that game installed, and we would all just like gather around it and try to figure shit out.
All right, well, let's kill this mob and then run through, turn this in, and then go turn in the bone quest.
Cool.
That's the plan.
I like it. So what do these skirmishers do to fuck with us? Like, why are we committing genocide on them?
I don't remember this one.
Who are the Cabal?
Before Darkness Falls.
The Cabal have a war on Mars. What's the Zavala quote? Whether we like it or not. I don't like the
Something like that.
DPS this guy does to me. I'm just going to disarm him.
There's another one, too.
Okay.
Get around this one. Mount up and run away.
Okay.
And then, actually, let's enter through this little passageway here. That was less guarded, comparatively.
No, I've been sitting on my ass too long.
Yeah.
Light.
Sword, man.
Must remember the light.
You gotta transfer your weight to be like more like at the front of your thighs, you know?
Well, since I bought my new chair, this chair, I can sit for a tremendous amount of periods and feel no lower back pressure.
Excellent. Before darkness falls, I can breathe a sigh of relief for now, Deeg. The Shadow Council will be held off for the time being. They are murderers and cowards, and your display of courage will keep them at bay.
Peace for you.
Peace for you. For you too, dude.
Great
It's
to
actually a
meet
really good
you.
main hand. Okay, let's go turn in the
See you
bones.
soon.
Let's go give the bones.
All right.
Have you ever noticed this giant frost drake that flies over the top? Terabis the Curse.
No.
The
Oh,
curse?
shit.
Yeah. Yeah, see him? I'm targeting him.
Yeah, I see him. He's in 65 Elite. Wonder if we could take him.
Mabes?
Mabes. Mabes. Kai, how many players have I killed since you started this playthrough with Will? Let's see. Actually,
few.
there's a UI panel that will tell me that. 21. Wait. 21 lifetime. That doesn't seem right.
You're only at 21 lifetime? I'm at 72 lifetime. On my level.
Did you do Battlegrounds at all?
Yeah, probs.
See, I've never done a Battleground on this character.
Do you remember how to get down without dying? I think we just go down right here, and we just carefully, like, Frogger.
No, I don't remember. Look at the
not
map.
dead
There's gotta
yet.
be a way in.
Yeah, no, it's a frog. This is a little Frogger. Legit, come down where I jumped.
Fine. Rivet. Will the Griefer, yeah.
Blop.
Although his griefing ways have become tempered. Like when we were playing Classic, he was a much more gleeful griefer than he is now. I don't know really
yeah,
what's
guaranteed.
changed. What do you think's changed, man? Why are you less of a gleeful griefer?
I don't know.
Mellowing in your old age?
Yeah, probably something like that.
What's my mount button? Stealth player nearby. Druid. I remember this place. Amador the Mad. That child gives me chills. He stands there all day long, communing with his grandfather. He'll then turn to tell his mother that the grandfather told him, and she, of course, just smiles and nods her head. Lambs, lemmings, all of them. The dead are not supposed to speak. Now be silent. What's this? Who are you? Great, just what I needed. More bones. Yes, I will see to it that these remains of our honored ancestors are given a proper burial. Have no fear. There is something else you can do if you're truly interested in aiding the dead. Many spirits of the Draenei were corrupted by the explosion of Ocean Dune. Now they wander the wastes in torment. Deeg, I beseech you to put them to rest. Destroy the lost spirits and broken skeletons that haunt the bone wastes beyond Ocean Dune's walls. What? You think leaving them to wander in blind agony would be better? Afterwards, return to Sulavine at the refugee cavern and tell him of what you have done. What?
Yeah, not even a dungeon quest, but you should talk to the little creepy child over here too.
Okay. Doing so. Halai. I see dead Draenei. They're all around us. Bah, nobody believes me because I'm a child. Not even my own mommy believes me. Points at Ramdor. He believes me, though. He sees them too. Boy, does he get angry about it. It's kind of funny. I see ghosts and people just smile and pat me on the head, trying to placate me. Ramdor sees ghosts and people label him as crazy. I sure hope I never grow up. You should probably go talk to Ramdor before you go inside. He was once a death priest.
May the light embrace you. Favor the road.
All right, we'll talk to Ramdor. Get the next quest. I think it takes us back to Shat. As crazy as that is.
The child is correct. I was once a death priest. Such an unsavory title. Through that corridor lies the Okanai crypts. Inside you will find the remnants of my priory. They are all mad now, of course, insane to the last. I suppose I stood out, being the last one among them with any common sense. Of course, I was excommunicated for my beliefs. What are my beliefs, you say? I believe that the dead, which we have been caring for at these last 500-odd years, should be left alone. Maladar has other plans. He has retreated to the Crypt of Remembrance to start his experiments. Necromancy. I hope you weren't thinking about going in there, not before helping me out so that these damn spirits will finally leave me alone. I know where they keep their treasures, human. Got your attention, huh? Bring me the Book of the Dead, held by the Aldor Ezekiel of Shatrath. Yeah, you're right.
So we get that quest, then we come back and get the quest for the dungeon, which we can do tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
So,
then, before we leave, let's get
yep.
the Manitombs quest.
Sure. Let's do the round trip. Wow.
Actually, I think there are a couple Manitombs quests. I remember liking Manitombs, though, as a dungeon.
I remember all these dungeons blending in together,
Mhm.
personally. Like,
I mean, they're
they,
similar.
they don't really stand apart in my head. Kind of like Scarlet Monastery, but less iconic.
Oh, yeah, it is less iconic. This was like the attempt at Scarlet Monastery 2.0, right?
That's a good idea. Good thing to try. Artificer Morphalius. Shafar's ethereals have completely blocked us out of the Manitombs. Thankfully, I've got a plan. While we can't go in through the front door, there are sure to be several transporters inside. I want you to clear the way for my crew first, and then I want you to activate one of the transporters to teleport us inside. Activate the teleporter in the chamber right before the Shafar's chambers, then the way has been cleared. Don't worry. I'll make it worth your while. Nexus Prince Haramon. Jesus. It's a fucking hologram.
Quite a mouthful, isn't it?
73 elite. That Shafar is a shrewd one. I'll give him that. He's managed to keep the consortium out while he safely pillages this crypt for all it's worth. I have no faith in these imbeciles actually breaking through Shafar's defenses. So I'll make you a deal, human. Enter the Mana Tombs and kill Nexus Prince Shafar. Bring me back his body, wrap as proof of this deed, and I will reward you handsomely. Oh, the plate reward is fucking caster plate.
Is it really?
It's all caster gear. Sad.
Sad is right. Well, let's hurt to Shat.
I agree. Let's.
And then turn that quest in to at least get the quest to come back here and clear out the dungeon.
Yeah, so probably just Hearth and then we're done, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. 10:15, yeah.
I am so gassed. I forgot I didn't sleep very much last night.
Well, that'll do it.
Yeah.
I've got to decide if there are any other goals that I need to meet before Wrath starts. Now that I've realized we don't need to pay for our mount right now, nor
Yep.
do I need to level my profession to 375, just 350.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know.
Probably
I mean,
something.
pre-patch could hit before we even get to 70. You could have plenty to do. I don't really
I
know.
was reading a tweet that said it could start as early as 6 weeks before, but I doubt
Yeah.
that's going to be the case. It's probably going to be, 3 weeks. Maybe
6 weeks
4.
before would be like next week, right?
Yeah, next week. Yeah. Where is this quest giver?
Food library.
I actually don't know where this quest giver is. Ezekiel. Does he patrol?
Oh yeah, perhaps.
Is he below us?
Held by the Aldor Ezekiel of Shatrath. I wonder if he's in the Aldor Rise.
Well, then you wouldn't be able to get there, though, if you picked up this quest as a scryer.
You can go up there, I think. Either way. At least I was able to go up to Aldor before we signed up with them.
I think that goes away once you permanently join the other faction. Oh, yeah, here he is. He's padding.
Yeah, there he is. You're right. You were right.
May the light embrace
Book
you.
of the Dead. Never heard of it. What's this about anyway? Who sent you?
What book? I don't see any book.
Ramdor? Let me think. Ramdor. Oh, yes. The Death Priest? Oh, what does he want with the book? Well, it doesn't matter. Yes, I lied to you, and no, I don't have the book. Not anymore, anyway. It was stolen. Probably by one of those filthy refugees. Besides, Shindun is now defunct. We have no use for the book. If you find it, you can keep it. Like I said, I saw some of those ruffians snooping around the terrace last week. Start your search with them. They're probably playing dice in the slums. Oh, we can do this real quick.
Yeah, let's do this one real quick.
Okay.
I vaguely remember this quest.
Kai, you finished watching that How to Save MMOs video. Felt like the second half was a lot weaker than the first. Yeah.
I remember doing this on when this was live. Heal up before we do this. Oh, this
Sure.
guy died. Oh,
Oh,
he died to him.
no.
Oh, Dirty
Poor guy.
Larry, Epic Malone, and Creepjack. Hello, Dirty Larry.
Dirty Larry's the elite.
Yeah, he is an elite. He's chonky 66 elite that we probably shouldn't. Oh, I need to put my.
Which part of his argument did you think was kind of weak, Kai?
Here you go. You can talk.
That's
to
the way a
him.
lot of video essays go, is they have a
Enjoy
very
the RP.
strong start and then sort of a weakly defined conclusion. You think the social problem that he listed towards the start were the best bit of the video? Yeah, it was strong. I agree. It was strong. You want me to start it? Is that what you said?
You can go through the RP.
Beat it, kid. I got business to attend to. Ezekiel said you might have a certain book.
See you around.
Time to teach you a lesson of manners, little boy. Now I'm gonna give you a count of 3 to get out of here before I sick the dogs on you. 1, 2. Time to meet your maker.
Well, they all had it. They all aggroed. Alright, you can kite and run.
Holy shit, I can't believe how much damage they're doing to me.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
focus on Dirty Larry. So I'm gonna
I
poly
got a
this
bandage. I blew retaliation. They still spoke to me. I'm gonna kill the non-elite here. Hopefully I'm gonna kill him. Thank God I have a frost mage with me. All right. Actually, was kind of hard.
one. Yeah, it was a bit hard. Thank you, Water Elemental. You did
Thank
your
you,
job
Water
well.
Elemental.
You need something?
Oh, okay. Don't hurt us. We had the book, but we sold it. Couple of Dranny paid us a visit last night. They'd somehow learned that we had the book in our possession and made a very generous offer to take it off our hands. We didn't ask them what they wanted with the book, but the young one kept talking about the Master's grand design, whatever that means. Look, I don't ask questions when money's in play. They gave us a lot of gold, and we gave them the book. Said they lived in Nagrand, in the old abandoned armory, north of Telar.
Be careful.
All right.
There we go.
Right.
Welcome to Nagara. I'm like not very much from dinging.
Not very much what?
Very close to dinging 65.
Yeah, I'm
Handful of mobs.
2 bars for me.
I don't know how I got ahead of you.
Whatever. I don't mind. It's
Yeah,
that
it's not
arcane
double bars.
intelligence of yours, I think.
That's it. That's it.
Where does this go?
Well, I'm gonna put us a port to Stormwind.
Oh, this is
This
the
is a
bank. Yeah. Okay, yeah, you can port us. It's fine.
Portal. Oh, it's Ironforge, Stormwind. I'll get a
Sizzle
Shatrath
whizzle.
portal very quickly tomorrow.
Nice.
So we can come here at
We
will.
will be hypermobile.
We will be hypermobile. Oh, no! No, hit the wrong button.
That is
Well,
pretty
you know
funny.
what? You can take
You
the portal in
fucking
the center of the
trolled the
city.
shit out of it. Yeah, it's no problem. It's no problem. No problem.
I was just trying to be quick about it so we didn't have to run to the center of the city.
I appreciate the thought / very elaborate troll. Whichever it was, I appreciate it.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Kai, he did a really good job of explaining the problem, but also explaining why the problem existed. I thought so too. It was a very patient, explanation of how these games have become less social, as opposed to just complaining that that's the fact. I just felt like he tailed off a bit. Like, he had one section where he was using Lord of the Rings Online as an example of a game that did socializing right, but he didn't actually talk about what the game was doing. Yeah, he talked a lot about the PvP zone in that game, right? It was mostly about the community being small and what the players were doing. Yeah. Yeah, I think that video he made would have been better if it had just been about the socializing problem, and he'd saved the rest of it for another video, but I kind of get it. I think he probably wanted to be done with the project and move on, and he set out to make it how to save MMOs, and I don't know, it's a big fucking topic. And for what it's worth, Kai, he did do a prequel video essay that's I think it's 2 or 3 hours long, where he he talked about MMOs in a different light. I can't remember the angle he took on it, but it did sort of set that up. Anyway, I agree with your assessment for what it's worth. All right. So I am going to not deal with inventory and shit. I'm too tired. I'm going to finish this lovely conversation with Kai, brother Kai. We're going to tease the Cardo podcast, and then we're going to call it a night. That's the plan.
I need to jump off, however, right now.
That's okay. The tease will only be a minute, so.
Good night,
I will
stream.
catch you on the morrow.
Peace out, all, and good night.
Good night, William the Repentant. All right, it's just us stream. Tell us your true opinions about William the Mage. You agree? Almost felt like a really good idea that got too big for him. Sure. You know, that's like it's like my my school essays I would write. They'd always be these beautiful, amazingly prompted starts with compelling examples. Then after I got 3 paragraphs in, I'm just like, fuck it, just finish it. All right. Here is the Cardo podcast. We'll watch my intro and the start of the conversation. Just a 2 or 3 minutes, something like that. Okay. Okay. You're gonna see me watching me. This is gonna be weird. Look at that guy. Looking good. Okay. Volume is high enough. Here we go. Start of the Cardo podcast. 3, 2, 1. Hey, friends. What you're about to hear is a conversation with Cardo, a senior systems and level designer with over a decade of experience creating games like Defiance and H1Z1. In 2018, he took on the role of lead designer for a small team charged with the creation of a battle royale set in the PlanetSide universe. The game that came to be known as PlanetSide Arena released, died, and shut down, all within a few months in 2019. In this conversation, I talked to Cardo about how PlanetSide Arena came to be, what went wrong, and what he learned along the way. In doing so, I learned about how he abandoned a stable career to restart life as a game developer, about how he began streaming to reach out to the communities he cared about, and about what it takes to be a human being in a games industry that often deals losing hands to the passionate people who make all of it possible. This is the League Podcast. To support it, please check out my Patreon in the description. And now, my friends, here's Cardo. So first off, thank you for taking time to sit down with me, Cardo. I've been wanting to talk to you for ages.
Like a year.
Yeah, like, I mean, I've talked to so many other people in the PlanetSide scene. I've talked to Rel a couple of times, which are PlanetSide 2 streamers and creators and stuff like that. And one of the things that always comes up from time to time is PlanetSide Arena. PlanetSide Arena, like, wow, remember PlanetSide Arena? Like, what happened there, man? And you were the face of PlanetSide Arena. So I wanted to talk to you about that, but I also know there's a long story of your life and your career as a game dev before we ever even got there. So if you're cool with it, I'd love to just back it up and start with like how you came into being a game developer in the first place.
Yeah. So I mean, we can. I'll keep it high level, or else it'll turn into a 3-hour conversation on its own.
No.
But yeah, long story short was got out of high school and
et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There it is. It's the start of it. Cardo's a really cool dude. I really, really, really enjoyed this conversation. I hope you all enjoy it. When is this out? I'm aiming to get it out by Monday next week. Like within a week max. Ideally, I'll be able to get it out by the end of this week, but I can't promise that. Because I want to make some clips and some shorts, and I want to really do it up. The intro is a good idea, especially considering how short people's attention spans are now. Yeah. Well, my old philosophy on the intros used to be that I didn't like them in podcasts. I found them to be kind of patronizing. Like, come on, I'm just here for the conversation. You just get into it. But I think there's actually a high value in telling people, giving people a more literal, compressed sense of who the guest is and what the conversation will be about. And experimenting with that. Actually, the person who inspired me to do this was Lex Friedman. I'll play you one of his intros, and you can see it's... I basically copied him. I copied him.
Where you can...
This is from the John Carmack interview. Let me get to the right spot. And yeah, boom.
It's a conversation with John Carmack, widely considered to be one of the greatest programmers ever. He was the co-founder of id Software and the lead programmer on several games that revolutionized the technology, the experience, and the role of gaming in our society, including Commander Keen, Wolfenstein 3D, Doom, and Quake. He spent many years as the CTO of Oculus VR, helping to create portals into virtual worlds and to define the technological path to the metaverse and meta. And now he has been shifting some of his attention to the problem of artificial general intelligence. This was the longest conversation on this podcast at over 5 hours, and still I could talk to John many, many more times, and we hope to do just that. This is the Lex Friedman Podcast. To support it, please check out our sponsors in the description. And now, dear friends, here's John Carmack.
That thing he did, where he stared into a camera and read a script, is actually much, much harder than it looks. And that's a big part of the reason why I cut in the footage over my intro, because I just look goofy. Carmack is a confirmed wizard, like an actual confirmed modern-day wizard. Kai, if it was a regular podcast, you'd agree with my sporadic and pretty varying ones. It's very useful to be... Yep, I agree. Like, if I was always just doing Guild Wars 2 streamers or something like that, then you wouldn't need it. But, yeah. I think I'm looking at layering on production value, finding places where I can make it more accessible to people. So... I'm glad you guys liked the intro. That was the thing that I worked on this evening before the stream. So yeah, I think that's it. Henry, Kai, other friends, the VOD watchers who scroll to the end of this for mysterious reasons. I hope y'all have a great day, or night, or whatever liminal space and time you may be occupying at the moment. I am going to go knock myself unconscious in bed and hit the big old reset button. And I'll be back again, I'm sure, tomorrow night. And we'll see y'all then. Adios.